All right, everybody, welcome back to Blue Otter Gold. We are here in the finals. We got Jolly Rogers Black Pearl versus Fantastic Academy Starcross. Jolly Rogers Black Pearl coming at it with only one loss in the entire season. Heavy favorites going into tonight. I'm joined alongside Storm. Storm, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. Be interesting to see what kind of bands come through. Jolly Rogers are taking red side in game one this game, getting counter pick. And draft started. I'm excited to see what's going to happen if we're going to see any cool mid picks out of Fifi. They're currently hovering this Camille ban, I think, just as a shout out to themselves, and they kind of deserve it.
Just kind of flex on them a little bit, like, hey, like here's the Camille. You can ban it, we can ban it. We'll see what happens. Looks like it is locked in there. Mumu Camille right off the bat with the Wukong Oriana for Fantastic Academy Starcross here. Just not wanting to see any kind of, I guess, heavy CC, which I feel like has been very temperamental in the drafts lately. Like just any kind of large CC is what any team's really looking for. A Mumu and Wukong, probably the two biggest factors in that.
Yeah, interesting to see this Silas ban go as well. Normally see that more as a round two ban.
Mm-hmm.
Ivern currently getting hovered here as well. Hard stuck brother. I don't see a lot of games on it for them. Um, but who knows? They must know something that we don't.
Either that or it could be a mispick. I'm getting word that potentially draft will having issues while they're doing this, so I'm imagining we'll be looking at the chat to make sure and verify these are the correct bands. But Ivern does end up going through their first picks now. Going to be coming out. See if they decide to go in the traditional bot route, or I mean, with these bands, it looks like they're really wanting to just prioritize their jungle pick realistically. But Seraphine the first.
Yeah, Seraphine currently getting hovered. That Silas ban makes a little bit more sense now if you're trying to first pick Seraphine. Probably one of the best ults in the game to steal.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely support that pick. Great kind of first pick flex overall for Phantastic Academy. Not really expecting it to go mid lane. More of the bot support flex, but offers a lot of synergy and kind of usefulness.
Yeah, I mean, it could be flex between what mid support, seen ADCs go APC with it. We'll see where they actually throw that, or if it's just going to end up just being a just a pick just for the support here. But I kind of doubt it. I don't think it's necessarily the greatest pick in the first pick anyway. But it seems like we're going to be potentially doing a remake of the draft lull here, as it seems the teams are having some issues with the drafting and being able to actually register picks here. So we'll give
Yeah,
them a minute here to remake a link.
yeah, looks like draft lull might be down. Might
When
have to
isn't it
swap.
down? when is Draftful actually ever up?
Oh, I just yeah.
I feel like there's always just some kind of issue with it. Seems like they said, "Oh, it's working now. It's working now. Potentially, okay.
Yep.
We'll see. So far, they did say the correct bans and picks have been made so far. So everything you see on screen is accurate. We're just going into the first pick here. That's going to be Zaya on the first pick there. See if they just go with the traditional Zaya Rakan on the first two.
Yeah, that's kind of the classic pairing with Zaya. Again, kind of interesting to see Zaya be the highest priority. Zaya is generally kind of a later pick in your draft. Kind of she's not the
No
greatest
chance.
standard.
The insta lock Elise.
Yeah. Um, Elise has definitely benefited with some of the changes. Like she isn't like that crazy, never see her in several seasons with
Mm,
like the Storm Surge changes and stuff. I did see her a little bit more, but she's still pretty out there and niche and hard to execute dives is kind of her specialty, which is not something I was expecting out of Gold. We're
yeah,
gonna see the Xin Zhao answer, another really strong early game, so this game's gonna be exciting early for sure.
Very good pickup, especially against the Elise post level 6, and she tries to jump on you, throw down a quick ult, get her right out of your range. So far, like the Zaya and the Elise is a little bit anti synergy because Zaya just wants to play back. Elise wants to really get in your face. So we'll see what they round up the rest of the draft with. But like you said, you don't typically see kind of a high skill cap, I guess, champion like Elise getting picked in gold, and that's why I'm kind of excited to see it because she really is just you're either popping off with her or you're going 0 and 10. So it's a very temperamental first game that we have going on here. As the
Yeah,
Braum gets picked up as a counter into that MF.
yeah, kind of rounding bands and picks out for this first half here. The Misfortune locked for Fantastic Academy. Really awesome pairing with Seraphine. Gives you some great laning. And the alt layering for team fights. Braum, of course, fantastic answer into both of these champions. Just being able to deny so much with his unbreakable wall. Curious to see the Ord get banned when you already have Braum locked in on your team. But Renekton getting banned on the side of Phantastic Academy. I'm guessing we're going to see some other top laner ban here. I think Mordekaiser probably um, for the side of Phantastic Academy if I just had to take a guess at what they're going to ban. Um, and there'll probably be another top lane ban here as well.
I think it'd be
Oh,
smart to ban out top lane. You want to ban out Cake. The problem is Cake has popped off with so many different champions this season and it's kind of just hard to ban them out. So I think, yeah, maybe just ban out the top side, give your side lanes a little bit more comfortability. You're gonna have to let your mid just pick something that can try to survive lane, or if you really want to just get aggressive and really just try to take the fight to the mid lane and try to start a fight early, get a nice lead early ahead, you can go something that's a little aggro. I don't think that'd be the way to play it in finals anyway, unless you really just want to go all out. I think you just play it safe in the mid lane here and let your side lanes excel if you're Fantastic Academy.
yeah, and we see both teams actually decide that they're going to go with some more mid lane kind of scaling picks with the Smolder and Syndra, two champions who attack and reach really high late game potential.
Hmm.
Um, Wondering here, are we going to see the top lane blind pick, or is it going to be mid? Thinking Oriana is still available for the Elise Ori combo. Ari, another great pick for just some skirmishing early for Jolly Rogers, who's really, really going in on this kind of mid game power spike team.
Yeah, and Ra's always probably one of the highest potential blind pick mids in the game right now. So good pick on that, just to have some kind of damage, escapability, a little bit of CC, some decent range. That way, no matter who you're playing against, you can have a decent time. And it seems like perhaps Fantastic Academy was listening when you mentioned that Mordekaiser, because he is being covered now.
Yeah. His two biggest counters that are kind of normally seen, and Renekton and Ornn are both gone. Mordekaiser just really, really good against any sort of tank and kind of dissuades any of that pick. So I'm guessing for Jolly Rogers, we're going to see some sort of bruiser top lane. Um,
Mm-hmm. And Bruiser skirmishing. Are there any currently disabled champions as of right now? Let me
I
see.
think Swain is disabled.
Is he still really? Uh,
I don't know with the reschedule how that works, but I know he was disabled for playoffs for Emerald, so I'm imagining it was the same for Gold because of his
he was
rework.
re-enabled on November 6th, but Ambessa is
Ah,
currently disabled for all pre-made leagues. So Swain's back on the table. No Ambessa though, which I think makes sense.
yeah.
I would have liked to see her get played just because she seems insane, but it makes perfect sense not to play her as Tryndamere gets picked into this Mordekaiser and Cassiopeia picked up here for Fantastic Academy Starcross. I like the Cass pick. I think that's one of those champions that is also you really want to make sure you are staying alive in lane. You cannot afford to die.
Yeah, I mean, Jolly Rogers are fairly low range in most of their ways. Zaya is kind of one of the lower range traditional AD carries. Ari doesn't have the longest range. She's much more about, spell weaving and kind of rotating through those combos. So I like the Casio pick, but I think the really big thing we need to talk about is Tryndamere just got locked in. Um,
Hmm. That's not a champion you typically see. They're
yeah,
going permanent side lane here, which I actually love. I think that people, and I always say this whenever I see a really good side lane champion get picked up, is that people don't really know how to play against a just constant split pushing team. If you just have four people on one side of the map and just a split pusher on the other, if he's strong, you have to send sometimes two people after him. You can put one up there, and maybe they stop him for a little bit, but maybe they take a bad fight and they get killed, which means now your top is dead, and then it's a 5v4 across the map, and you just keep going from there. But it has to be executed correctly, and they actually need to be side laning that entire time and not trying to group up with their team.
yeah. I mean, Tryndamere is a very interesting pick just for me kind of to see that he's been really bad for a while because of the item changes.
Hmm.
With crit items getting neutered. That of course affects Tryndamere as he's primarily a crit user. And same with the item rework that a lot of the kind of non-crit items that Tryndamere was favoring, and the Blade of the Ruined King and the Stride Breaker also got heavy nerfs
Hmm.
towards that item rework season. So I don't really know what his current build is. I'm guessing it's some sort of Ravenous Hydra Rush. Maybe he still just goes Bork. Um, but I am curious why Tryndamere into Mordekaiser. That if you're wanting to kind of go the I'm gonna play ignorant side lane and just outpush Mordekaiser and beat him up. There's lots of
Hmm.
other answers. You have Warwick top and you have Trundle and a whole bunch of other things that I typically see more.
That's true. I mean, it could just be that if he gets pulled into Death Realm, he can just stand still and auto attack, right? Not really have to worry about hitting anything. But like you said, you can just do that with Trundle. Realistically, you just do that with Nasus as well, which would
Yeah,
also be a good side
Darius.
lane. What about Darius? Um, I feel like Darius just gets kind of pounded nowadays, unless he's in a very favorable matchup or being played by somebody who's just a one-trick Darius. I feel like he's just a little bit hard to move around the map, especially if he gets ganked. It's hard to survive that with the Xin Zhao against a Mordekaiser with Darius.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it plays out for each of them. Do you have a favorite side heading into this game?
Based on the picks, my favorite side is Jolly Rogers right now. Realistically, I do like the Fantastics team maybe just a little bit more. Maybe it's just a little bit more straightforward. I feel like the Tryndamere and the Elise could be very volatile picks going into this game, number one. If they end up working out, Jolly Rogers have really, really good momentum going into game number two. If not, I imagine it's going to be a very hard game number two if this game doesn't work out for them. Because Fantastic's just going to have great momentum coming off of two. I don't want to say they're not necessarily bad picks. They might be ego picks, if you want to put it that way. Uh, I want to see it work out, though. Genuinely, I want to see at least this Elise just kind of pop off this game.
Yeah, I actually favor Fantastic Academy a lot more as well. I think Cassiopeia is really, really good this game. Um,
Mhm.
and they're going to have all the protection in the world of kind of this Xin Mordekaiser just kind of frontline. Cassiopeia is one of probably the few mages who can effectively side lane versus Tryndamere,
Mhm.
able to kind of kite him and stuff. So I think that matchup's going to be good. Um, and yeah, I'm really unsure of how this Zaya is going to connect contribute to this game. None of they have the ult to dodge, some of the CC and the burst combo and the wombo setup that Fantastic has, but I don't know if they're going to be able to actually auto attack anybody. Zinzao is going to have his immunity shield up, and Mordekaiser is going to take someone into the death realm. So I don't know who Zai is going to be able to actually, auto attack in these fights.
That's true. She might just have to wait for everybody to jump in ahead of her, wait for Elise to repel in, Braum to get in front, Tryndamere to maybe to if he's there, to pull some aggression. But other than that, you're right. She can't really walk forward when she's getting slowed or stunned by Seraphine or just melted down by Cassiopeia. We'll see how it works out for him. I'm not sure if it'll be the greatest bot lane experience for him, but see how the mid lane ends up going and throw it to a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with you guys in just a couple short minutes when we're on Rift for game number 1. All right, everybody, welcome to the Rift for game number one. We've got Phantastic Academy Starcross on the blue side with Jolly Rogers Black Pearl on the red side. See what's going on here. We looked at the drafts. We said our piece about them. Uh, the, I don't know, the runes masteries. Maybe we'll go over in a little bit here as we are seeing a five-man stack head into the top side here.
Yeah, it's always the issue with Braum is you never want to be able to get tagged by him. Killa's kind of in a bad spot, and we'll see is he able to get out. Gets tagged by that Q. That's going to be a Braum stun, I think. Just one auto. There it is. That's the Ignite. Flash is a little late.
Flash
Might get
on.
away, but that's another flash. And Nazgos gets first blood on.
All right, so good start here for Jolly Rogers already. 500 gold lead. Nazgos does need a flash, and then we do see Astro burn that ignite as well, but nothing else burned from the side of Jolly Rogers as the flash comes out from kills.
Yeah. It's actually probably a pretty big deal just because, this is the top lane matchup where these two meatballs are kind of hitting each other, so that should matter quite a bit here, opposed to it going to kind of one of the less volatile lanes. We did see that Phantastic Academy did get a ward on the enemy wolves to kind of spot out and see if they can find Hard Stuck Brother. So both junglers starting on the bot side of the map, pathing towards the kind of really you know, volatile top lanes. There's a huge leash going for this Elise, which is weird to see. Any idea why?
I don't know if maybe they're just trying to fake a top lane start, maybe. I don't really know. Maybe Hardstuck Brother, I don't know if Elise maybe just doesn't have a very good level 1 to stay healthy in there. But I guess it works out. They don't really miss too much. It is just a weird play. Maybe we'll have to ask them later. But overall, it doesn't really affect the lane too much for them now, except it is starting to push in their general direction. As Wooly Bully's getting some good damage here onto Astro, who's throwing back some abilities, but nothing doing now. And this is where the push is going to start really hurting them. They're already down 6 CS in the bot lane.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from this earliness. You've double ranged on the side of Seraphine. So they should have the push probably most of this game. Um, See both junglers are clearing up towards top. They're on the same timer even with that help that Hardstuck Brother received, so it hasn't really come to any concrete thing. Top laners trading back grass stacks. Kind of interesting, as you had talked about as we were loading in, that both tried to go with grass. Both these characters generally take another rune, from what I understand and have seen top lane. Mordekaiser takes Conquer in like 95% of his games, I want to say. So interested to see why he elected to go with the grass. That was a great double up.
Yeah, a lot of damage. Thrown down onto Dolo there, down to just under half health. And then you brought it up, no Ghost on Tryndamere. TP Flash instead of Ghost Ignite. And with that Grasping the Undying, not the typical pick. So far,
Yeah.
obviously, it's working for him, but I don't know, are you really going to be... How much damage are you missing later on in the game by not having Conqueror against Mordekaiser? Maybe you want to just stay alive for longer in the trades with Grasping the Undying as the two junglers meet each other in the top side here. It looks like Hardstuck Brothers actually going to go in on this as Golden Bob's going to get the jump. We're going to see the Spiderweb miss from Hardstuck Brother, though. And Golden Bob's just going to get a little bit of damage off and go right back to his jungle.
Yeah, I mean, this top scuttle's already gone. It's claimed for the side of Phantastic Academy. And Kills doesn't really have anything right now. They have a huge freeze coming against them, so they can't really do anything. They're probably going to have
TP
TP
in
back
trouble
here.
as the flash stun over the wall is going to land. They're going to give that kill to Hardstuck Brother. I think Cake wanted it, but Hardstuck's going to take it. I like Elise getting these early kills. Get her kind of like Lee Sin, get her snowballing early, but good flash stun.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we want to see out of this Elite pick. That secures them this bot scuttle as well. See if maybe they're just going to take their reset now, get their camps as they're spawning back up and take this rotation. We're going to see where these guys going to, focus for this first set of objectives. First dragon's up, Grubs spawn fairly soon here. And I think just in a minute here, and we'll see, you know, is it going to be a full team fight towards the top? Already castered it here in the mid lane thing. Cake push out.
I'd like to see them path towards top. Nazgos just has this insane dominance over the top lane right now. He's letting the lane just sit right in front of his tower. If Kills walks forward, he has no choice but to use that pull to use it backwards, which is something you hate to see a Mordekaiser have to do in every situation where they're skirmishing, where he's just using that pull to send Trinidad back to his own tower instead of pulling him close to try to get some damage down. Kills being forced off of the wave. Now he's down, what are we looking at, 23 CS? Not an ideal situation to be at right now at the 6-minute mark. We are seeing Phantastic Company Starcross start this Drake, though. I don't think it's going to be contested. Potentially, we are seeing pings coming out here now. 3,000 health left on that Drake. Dolo and Astral coming into the pit now.
Yeah, I don't know if Hardstuck Brothers is going to get here in time. They do see it. It is a 50-50 at this point. They're getting
chunked down here. They're on the Drake. It's going to be stolen by Jolly Rogers there as we see Seraphine and Xin fall. The repel over the wall onto MF. Cake is going to find themselves a double kill. And that Drake 5-0 early for Jolly Rogers.
Yeah, and that's a huge deal, right? If you're Jolly Rogers, you want to be playing this game for split push and denying.
Ooh, but Fifi, a lot of damage. Cake barely turning around in time. Sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You know, you want to be.
Oh, never mind. I gotta do it again. I'm sorry. The stun comes through in the mid lane. We are gonna see the ground comes through with Asma, but it's not gonna be enough. Hardstuck Brother finds himself another kill.
All right, get to this point finally. Denying this Drake stacking means you don't have to team fight as much. Able to kind of delay the game by 5 minutes for that kind of super objective that's coming up. So it gives you more time for your side of your Tryndamere and everything to get going in the side lane, which is really great to see.
And speaking of side lane, you've got Xin Zhao going up top right now. You're going to try to take out Nazgos, who does have ultimate and a 40 CS lead currently over kills. Nazgos just going to be able to spin out of the way there. He is going to get pulled into the Death Realm. I think he's going to have enough. Yeah, he's still under his tower, though, so Hills can't really do too much. He's going to take 2 tower shots forward as well, and that's just going to be a gank that's kind of just been dispersed. At least not quite up towards the top side of that just yet. And Nazgos actually walking right back in here. Very dangerous to do. Going to get hit by that Q, but not quite going to allow Golden Bob to get the jump on him. And that's just going to be the end of that fight as Void Grubs look to be the next objective on the map here.
Yeah, Tryndamere does have his teleport here, so he can come back and teleport. They want to fight for these. I'm imagining they're just going to go for the second set, though.
Ooh, Hardstuck Brother dodges that. Cake gets in, dodges, misses the Q as he flashes over the wall. He will eventually go down. The charm's going to land onto kills. Who's going to get the kill? That's the question. Another double for Ari here. 4-0-4 early for Cake 22.
Yeah, and this is kind of getting disaster territory. A kill a minute.
Forward hits the charm. Is going to land on a DP Fifi. I don't know if he's going to be able to find the kill. Gets him down to about half health, though. And it's going to just be the end of that trade, it looks like.
Yeah.
So much fighting early.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a disaster for the top side of your map. Just look at this. 50 CS down as Mordekaiser right now. That's like a nightmare number.
I think the problem on kills here is that he took too many early trades where he might not have been confident in it, and Nazgos just got the better hand of it, and he was just able to free farm for so long. I think if Kills took some better trades early, maybe he has an alright time in farming. Maybe he's a little bit down instead of, you know, almost double CS, or is double CS, I guess. Probably could have had a little bit of a better lane state, but now, post 6 with Nazgos this far ahead, it's very hard to pull yourself back into this game. Now, that Bork is almost finished. Sure, later on, Mordekaiser's still going to be Mordekaiser, do a ton of damage more than likely, but you need to get to that point in the late game where here, Hills was probably somewhere he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, he has no support right now on the top side of the map. I think Tryndamere lands this slow, and Ari should get this charm, and that should be another death for this Mordekaiser.
Speaking of death before his own, he's going to pull Cake into that death realm. Here comes Hardstuck Brother to get an assist here. Nice over the wall thing there, but Kills is going to be able to hit that blast cone and actually get away. Very nicely done on the Death Realm to get out. As Golden Bob's in the bot lane now, their Xayah comes through clutch with that ultimate as the MF bullet rain comes down. Golden
Yeah, that was
Bob
a
gets back
huge
into
pullback
the
off
middle of it.
Dola.
Dola with the pullback root. It's not going to find any kills, but ends up being a 1-for-0 after a gank in the bot lane. If you're Golden Bob, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's just starting to get to the point where you have to be going, Jesus, where do I go? Like, my top laner needs help desperately, but that's not a winning time anymore. You know, if Mordekaiser gets ulted by the Tryndamere, I'm pretty sure Tryndamere just kills him in the Death Realm, and you can't exactly help him.
Exactly. He just sits there. Like I
Yeah,
said, he's just going to sit there and he's going to punch you in the face for a while until the Death Realm ends or until one of you dies. Dive potentially under tower here as Ghost is taking this tower. Pops the ultimate. Heartstuck Brother's going to have to find this kill. I don't know if he's going to be able to. And he does. Uses the repel. Will he be able to get out though? Flashes. The Spider takes the tower shot. And he does manage to get out safely. Hake now actually on the chase to DP Fifi. Not something you would typically see on someone who's playing Cassiopeia, but a dodge from Cake with that ultimate as the Q goes down is able to just stay alive. If that hits, he's dead, or at least the trade. But 2-for-1 across the map with that Drake going over the side of Phantastic Academy.
yeah, and this is just starting to look like just player skills coming out, right? You shouldn't win that, but you have the items and you have the lead to get this, and that's another potential catch here. That's a Braum stun going down. That's an
Dolo's gonna
Elise
finally
Cocoon.
get there. There's the auto attack. That's the auto attack you were talking about, right? You want to
Yeah.
figure out where you're hitting these auto attacks on Xayah. I guess Braum's gonna be doing that for you.
Yeah. When it's a skirmish situation and somebody is one hit away from stunned and death, seems like a good time to auto attack. Would agree.
And just to give everybody some details on these teams that are playing tonight, Red Side being Jolly Rogers, they have only dropped one game all season. They were almost undefeated until week number 5, where they lost to Sons of Excel. And that was their only loss of the entire season. So this, while being very one-sided right now, I would not say was unexpected, but is something that we kind of anticipated happening. As Cake 22 and Heartstuck Brother get into it in the mid lane here with Golden Bob and DP Fifi, and Golden Bob is just going to fall, potentially uses that flash to get out of the way, and does live on a sliver of health. It's not even recognizable that he has a health bar.
Yeah, that 1% flash out, able to live thanks to their ultimate and that shield. Gonna start these Krugs up, burn that smite to keep themselves healthy. Hope they don't execute. Hope Jungle Pet's OP.
And now the bot lane being the least of our worries when that Xayah was a first pick. Now we're seeing why it didn't really matter. They're going to excel in the mid and top lane, and then Xayah is just going to be there to use ult whenever MF tries to use her ult or Seraphine tries to use hers, and just stay alive during the team fight, really. Now 13-0, about a 7k gold lead pre-15 minutes. Not where you want to be if you're Phantastic Academy. You have to do something to stop the bleeding. It's going to be a little bit hard when you have such snowball characters like Elise, like Tryndamere, already having these just insane leads generated for themselves already. It's hard to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do in this situation. The enemy team is 5 Grows. They take towers super efficiently if you group up with the split push presence that they have. You can try and fight a dragon, but you're down, like you mentioned, like an obscene amount of gold. It's kind of at this point, you got to play for a bounty on someone and then try and get a tower bounty. That's the only way I can see you getting. Because we see just how brutal these trades are with these leads these players built up.
Yeah, I mean, 115 to 58 CS. Still doubling the CS is Ghost here in the top side with that Bork. You see him jumping onto kills, and kills immediately having to use that pull to go the opposite direction, immediately pushed off of his wave. Xin Zhao is on the top side of the map. But the way things are going, I think Naz might just be able to 2v1 at this point.
Yeah, it's a full 2 level lead as well, which is not good to see. I mean, they're able to push through and just kind of face check these bushes with impunity right now. And we see this port going off. It's
Kills
just the
needs to
damage, and this
leave
should be this
here.
tower going down.
Yeah. Kills has to walk away or he's dead. Tower's dead after what, one auto attack. Yeah, there it goes. Spin forward, gets the slow. Kills actually pulls Nazgos. I think he might be lucky that he didn't pull him there. I think that would have closed the range for Naz to get that kill. Rift Herald is available in the top side as well. Elise and Ari are moving up there now. We're seeing Braum rotate from bot as a nice charm mixed with the bullet time comes through. How unfortunate is it that Wooly Bully picks up that shutdown gold? Very.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's kind of
really need
disastrous.
Pyro to get that kill. That is just bad timing on that 2v1 situation. He was locked up. That should have been an easy kill to go over to Pyro, but they'll trade that for a Rift Herald on the top side of the map.
I do want to mention and give a shout out to both of them. They actually did play that really well. They
Oh,
used the
for sure.
Seraphine ult. They layered the CC on that. It was just the end of it was a little unfortunate.
Oh, DPPP dodge and skill shots. Force flash over the wall, though, as Astro shows up here. Just walking through everybody without a care in the world right now.
Yeah, the feeling of being a tank support when ahead is one that's pretty incredible. You just feel like
Yeah.
you're the king of the world.
Early locket already, almost full boots. And now Nas under tower against kills. Pops the ultimate on top of the Death Realm. He's getting destroyed by a tower, but he's going to stay alive for now. Here comes Golden Bob, though. Will he be able to find himself a kill? Or will DPPV get themselves on the board here? Or will Nazgos just go int and not die to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, he has the potential to get out
No.
here. He can just
Oh,
E
he's
over
gone.
another wall, and
He's gone. He's
yeah,
tricked 2G'ing it. He's going to walk all the way
yeah.
through their base and then out the bot side without a care in the world. Really good heads up play by him. Wooly Bully and Pyro may be in trouble, though, speaking about heads up plays. They should have been seeing this coming from a mile away, but maybe just tunnel vision on Dodolo here. Stun is going to come through. The ultimate Hardstuck brother will find that kill for himself. Nazgos, sliver of health, one tower shot away from dying as they do help find that kill on the bot side.
Yeah, shout out to Astrid there. That Locket of the Iron Solari, I'm pretty sure just saved their top guy's life.
Oh, man, the flash forward to stop the channel of the bullet time there. And now the flash forward from Dolo forces the flash from Pyro out of mana now. Will they continue the chase? Here comes Cake. He's going to find himself the kill in the bot side there. Nice setup for Jolly Rogers there. Now 16-1, 33k gold. 6-0-5 on this Ari. 5-0-8 on the Elise. Who can stop them?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. I don't think anyone can. The only way you're gonna win anything here is if you're able to get, the dream, the miasma with the miasma down so that people can't flash, and then you hit the Seraphine and the Misfortune Wombo combo ults. That's the only way you're gonna get any sort of shutdowns at this point.
Yeah, you're looking for wombo combos, but I've always hated that way of drafting of we're going to draft for all our ults to work together in perfect synergy because that never happens. It never happens, especially not in gold. The rare times that it does happen, you still sometimes see it just go awry and get outplayed. But Dolo is kind of there to break that up. Braum's there to break that up as well with his shield, with his ultimate. You know, I don't really know how you get off that full combo without your team kind of just getting shredded. Heartstuck Brother potentially in trouble here. A nice 3-man charm instantly goes into the repel. Kill's going to pull him into the death realm while Wooly Bully is going to get taken down on the outside. Golden Bomb's going to be next. B manages to flash over the wall. Heartstuck Brother will go down. A nice shutdown going over to Kills, but he, I'm sure, is going to be falling here next as that ultimate comes out from Astro, and Cake goes legendary. One more tower shot will kill Nazgos. Potentially even Pyro will get the kill. Still undying. He will end up going down, though. Oh, man. A nice pickup there for Pyro as well. Finally gets himself some gold. A nice shutdown goes over to him. So,
Yeah,
I want to say they're pulling the gold lead down. You know, it's still 8,000, but it's not the 10,000 that it just was.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of ecstatic for that. A 2 for 2 and you get 2 shutdowns? I'd take that every day of the week.
And you get them on two very important carries. Mordekaiser, if you guys are able to keep yourselves, in this game long enough and stop this push that's coming through, Mordekaiser going into the late game, like I said, it's still just going to be Mordekaiser. He's going to push R and he's going to slam down and he's going to kill you, unless you kill him first, and that's just really hard to do in the Death Realm. And Lil Pyro, 1, 2, and 1, it's not even that bad. Like the numbers look grim, but 160 CS still ahead in the bot lane. Realistically, has that BT right now, and then Swifty boots, which I guess is the thing on MF. It makes sense, but I don't know. We'll see if it ends up working out for him here. As Nas Ghost and Kills gonna go out of here in the top lane again.
Yeah, and I guess you're able to run away thanks to your Rylai's slow now as Mordekaiser, which is
Mm-hmm.
good for you. Um, but it's pretty rough out here still. Fifi on this Cassiopeia still hasn't been able to kind of get anything going. They're 0 of 4 and 0, haven't been able to participate in
I
anything.
think they're calling for Baron.
Yeah, I mean, you're far enough ahead. You could go for it if you want to.
They have unlimited damage. Cassiopeia's in the bot lane right now. Has the TP available. Only has 2 wards to go to. Either that pink ward on blue or the regular ward just behind it. But Baron already down to 6k health. Nobody even thinking about moving in. They really can't because you can't walk into a bush with Elise there. Cake's going to hit that charm. Oh my god. Wooly Bully's going to get absolutely shredded. That is going to be a Baron going over to Jelly Rogers pretty much uncontested with a Drake coming up in the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you lose your bot tower, which is a bounty, so the gold kind of equalizes, quote unquote, but it doesn't really.
Right.
Ari's able to TP bot lane, get this push started, get the shove out, get ready for this dragon, and I'm guessing we're going to see kind of the desperation fight here, because you have to at this point. You can't survive a Baron.
Both top laners. Oh man, that ultimate unfortunately missing goes into the repel. Here comes Braum with that shield to stop the bullet time. Pyro's gonna get knocked up by that ultimate as well. Here comes Cake. Wooly Bully taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, absolutely popped. As in the top side here, Nas and Kills going at it, but Nas getting the worst of this fight as Kills will not end up killing him. Does end up killing him in the end. They go 1 for 1 on the trade. But if you're Mordekaiser, you love to be able to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that's an exceptional result if you're Mordekaiser. We see this team trying to pull this dragon out of the pit. Unfortunately, it is Mountain Dragon, so he doesn't really like to leave his little alcove. I don't really think this will be a 50-50 unless they let Zinzao walk in just like that. It's not. They're able
Man,
to
he
secure
is
it.
gonna get exploded though. Fifi doing a lot of damage to Cake here, but their attentions are split between Pyro and Fifi. Pyro almost going down here, barely stays alive because of the help of the Raptors here, and he will live. Wooly Bully gives him the all-needed shield and heal at the last second, as on the other side of the map here, Fifi finally falls.
Yeah, Little Pyro able to get out thanks to that Seraphine shielding and healing and the Raptors. But again, your Cassiopeia, who really needs to be strong and ahead right now, is just worthless.
Uh-oh, ult forward. Cake just barely misses that charm. Wooly Bully will stay alive. Yeah, who do you think, if Cake does die this game, who do you think's getting that shutdown gold?
Uh, I'm I'm guessing it's going to be Mordekaiser because they're going to ult after they use charm after they
Hmm.
use their ult. Is the only way I can really see this Ari dying. Otherwise, I think she's just too mobile. Xin Zhao can't really get on top of her ever. MF doesn't have any real lockdown tools to get it. Seraphine as well. So,
We'll see if that happens. Mordekaiser, of course, has to get on top of Ari if Cake does misplay, dash forward. Maybe when he should have dashed back. Pizza when he should have French fried. You get caught out here, but Hills, I would agree, probably could be the one to do it.
yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of this time that we're stalling out the game a little bit. There's 3 minutes until this next dragon, which kind of forces you to fight as it is. And in a Mountain Soul, again, which is one of the better win condition souls.
Hills pulling Nas towards him. Mountain Soul is going to be huge for realistically either team. Um, Fifi potentially in trouble on the top side. Cake get a dash forward, hits that charm. Here comes Dolo trying to get an assist at the very least. Will end up getting the kill. It's Hardstuck Brother who's unable to get the assist on that one, unfortunately. Trinamir pushing in the bot side. The rest of the team of Jolly Rogers going up to push in this top as Phantastic Academy get their bot lane out, or excuse me, the mid lane out of the base. Now Nazgo's forced to run off here as Xin Zhao is moving down into the bot lane. But nobody's up top with Wooly Bully here. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if you send so many people to answer, that's just
Where
the
did he
other
go?
side. Yeah.
He disappeared off the face of the planet, absolutely eviscerated, and then followed shortly behind is little Pyro, who does pop that cleanse, and now Ghost and Kills on the bot side, just kind of taking pot shots at each other, looking to see who's going to die first. Golden Bob is blown up by Hardstuck Brother again. This is the Elise that I wanted to see. As much as I'm sure it must hurt for Phantastic Academy, with Elise being a very 50-50 champion. This is the Elise that you see in your solo queue games on the other side. That absolutely pops off after your Elise just completely crapped the bed all game.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just another cocoon hit.
Ultimate goes wide again from Wooly Bully. It might have hit Hardstuck Brother there, but not enough to kill, as Kills has him in the death realm. Repel is used to try to stay alive for a little bit longer, but that Q is going to come down and smash him for a kill. Good damage from Mordekaiser, but will it be enough as Fifi uses the ultimate? And that just goes short. 3 inhibs have been taken. There is only 1 Nexus turret left alive for Phantastic Academy Starcross, and Jolly Ranchers have set their sights on it. Golden Bob's going to use that ultimate just to push everybody off of it for at least a second. Flash forward for Astro, misses that Q. The charm comes in from Cake. It's not going to matter. The game's going to end at the 27-minute mark.
Yeah, just absolute domination for Black Pearl in game 1. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, it's one of those games where I think, like I said earlier, I think it kind of does set in stone what the rest of the series is going to look like, because 2 champions, right? 3 even. We saw Zaya get picked first pick. We're kind of like, a little bit iffy. Then Elise, and then Tryndamere, and it's kind of like, okay, they're picking these teams that do excel and kind of play out in this solo queue thing, where if you can just focus on yourself and get yourself ahead, then you look really good. But if you fall behind, then you fall behind as a team. But they just played like an absolute well-oiled machine that game.
Yeah, I mean, everything worked, right? You got your Ari got these roams, and they were able to use their pressure that they were able to get with pushing in this Cassiopeia and get to these grub fights first and use the ult, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
Tryndamere always had push into this Mordekaiser's top laner freeze, so that this Xin Zhao was forced to kind of go topside to bail him out instead of, contributing to the kill threat he had bot lane until he was so far behind that the only play that really worked the entire game for Phantastic Academy was when they were able to layer the MF Seraphine combo when Dolo stepped forward. But that was it. That was a bright spot this game. You
Yeah,
really
it
got
was
to
a
go
good
back to
pick.
the drawing store and figure out, is red side how we take this? We get winning lanes? Because that was the big issue this game, right? Every
Right.
lane you had got pretty much thrown in the dumpster.
Yeah, I think a
So,
big part of that too was Elise. Like, maybe you ban out Hardstuck Brother a little bit more. I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see what they take it to with a drawing board in a draft number 2, going in a game number 2. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes when we get into draft. We'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, welcome back. Draft number two. Jolly Rogers have swapped over to the blue side. Fantastic Academy on the red. I'm still Fury, joined alongside Storm. Storm, what do you think needs to change in draft here, Fantastic Academy?
Well, I mean, they've kind of started the correct way in my mind anyway. They've elected to put themselves on the red side and get counter picks. They're going to have at least one winning lane, or they should, by how drafting works. Um, Counter picks are kind of the name of the game now. Last game, they just basically didn't get to play the game. They got outscaled by like minute, what, 15? They were down over 12 kills and had like
Yeah.
a 5k gold deficit. That's not a game you can play out, right? Those are the games that if you're scrimming, you kind of go, "Hey, let's remake and get another game in."
To go next kind of game for sure.
Yeah. So,
Same band so far, though. Hamumu Camille, Oriana, probably Wukong, potentially, unless they ban Elise here, which I don't know if that's going to be something that's even on their radar to really ban, or if maybe they just want to play into it. But it is going to get banned. Man, it was that much of a problem last game. They said we don't want to see it on the map again.
yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with them. I mean, if your early game isn't taking off, then you can't play, and Elise is kind of the queen of, the dives in the early game. And we
Mm-hmm.
saw they played it well. They hit the cocoons. They were confident with it.
Oh, and the Wukong. Okay, they're just going to double ban it. That makes sense. I think I agree with that now. If they banned something else, maybe not, but I do think you kind of gotta
Yeah,
hard
so
focus the jungle right now.
Smolder is available. I think that was what was banned last game that didn't get banned
Hmm.
this game, but Jolly
Yep.
Roger instead is going to take the Seraphine that Fantastic Academy took last time.
Is Seraphine really just still prio number one pick right now? Like it's been years, and I feel like since her
Um,
release, she's been prio pick.
I'm pretty sure that champion is actually just kind of complete garbage, if I'm being honest. And like as far as like solo queue and stuff like that,
Hmm.
I almost never see that champion because of the answers available into it. Like we saw the Braum last game, Ash Braum might get locked in here, which is like one of the top bot lane pairings you can probably take.
Hmm.
I would really like to see that come through. Um,
They could just throw the Seraphine mid too, to be fair.
yeah, that's true, but you still just want Braum into it, and Ash Braum is just independently strong. Instead, they're going to take this Poppy, which I'm guessing is a flex pick for them.
Poppy, yeah, I mean Poppy support is a thing. Poppy jungle, Poppy top, obviously. I don't
Yep.
know if I would necessarily agree with Ash Poppy in the bot lane. I think that's I don't know. It's a weird synergy. Karma getting picked though, so double AP right now for Jolly Roger. Seraphine
Yeah.
could go APC. I'm still banking on it being a flex pick. Maybe they pick an ADC here, or maybe they just go straight up jungle.
I kind of think you take Smolder here or something similar like that. You need some AD. Instead, they're going to look over the Kindred maybe. Um, you know, Given the Elise, they popped off on it. Why not? Kindred's another hard. Let's go.
Kindred's always a fun champ to watch. I've seen people play Kindred mid and do that really well. But Kindred as a jungler, you need to be very proactive, and we saw that 100% in the last game with the Elise. Heartstuck brother, I should say Heartstuck brother. It's just hard to say it that way. Heartstuck brother was moving around the map in a way that you want to watch your jungler do that. So this game, probably some invades going on. So if I'm Fantastic Academy, it looks like that may be a Poppy jungle with that Zyra getting picked up. You
Yeah.
need to pick something that can grapple with this Kindred in your own jungler.
Again, kind of interested to see some of these bans coming through. Ash Zyra, another really strong bot lane pairing. Ash ult guarantees you the Zyra kind of combo and ult afterwards. Poppy, I'm pretty sure is really good into Kindred. If I am thinking, just because you can deny the dash, and Poppy has
Mhm.
exceptional dueling prowess. Her kind of weakness is her terrible wave clear and jungle clear, but interesting to see. We're seeing a lot of top lane bans coming through.
Yeah, very heavily stacked on this second phase. I mean, now that bot and junglers picked, again, like last game, it's hard to ban out Cake because you'll just pick whatever from what I've been seeing all season and excel at it very well. So it's hard to ban out the mid laner of Jolly Rogers. So next best thing, try to ban out the top lane, get rid of those skirmishers. We see the Tryndamere taken away. Mordekaiser are taken away as well for Phantastic Academy. They got rid of them both for themselves as Skarner is going to be the pickup here. And I'm guessing Skarner top on that,
I think it's
unless they
more
flex
likely
it.
Poppy top in the Skarner jungle.
Yeah, they could flex that around. Makes sense to go against the Kindred that way. Post 6, you can kind of just be really tanky, build Thorn Mail, not worry about her. So we'll
Yeah.
see what Jelly Rogers pick up to go against this top then. There's the Renekton. That was banned in the last game.
Uh, Interesting.
I mean, Skarner and Poppy, if they have shields, Renekton just break the shield. W. So I guess there's that going for you, but I don't know. You do what?
All right.
What is this? This is a fun finals. We're just seeing champions that haven't been picked in years, man. Twisted Fate followed closely behind that Elise pick in the last game. What will Fantastic pick into that? Diana is the hover. Um, they need more
That's
DPS damage. They've got Ashe for that, but if Ashe falls behind, there's not a lot left.
all right. Well, this is a really interesting draft, I think we all
It
need to
is.
say. So
I
I
need to
get why
step
we're
back for a
taking,
sec.
yeah, I get why we're taking TF, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get mid push and invade and skirmishing for Kindred. That makes sense. Um, TF, not the pick I would have gone with. I'm pretty sure he is completely out of the meta, due to the fact that he is pro play jailed, similar to Azir and stuff like that. Let me just find him on u.gg, see where he's at.
Yeah, realistically, I think Azir would have been a good pick into this team, honestly, but you have too much AP around the map, so you can't really
Yeah.
pick it, can you? Uh,
Uh,
I don't know.
anyway,
Twisted Fate's
so
going to offer the same thing, just less DPS.
yeah, so kind of burst and let your kindred and it pushes. I get the reasoning behind it. You're kind of running this double enchanter bot lane to kind of give you this push and priority. Zyra, again, are both really good at it. Seraph and Karma. Renekton into Poppy, absolutely hate that. I'm pretty sure that is one of Renekton's worst matchups. Um,
Gotta be, right? Steadfast Presence just stops your entire
like, yeah,
engage.
yeah, and when you're not able to use your W, that means Poppy gets to hit Qs on you all the freaking time. So
Hmm.
I actually play that matchup a lot on the other side, and it feels very, very face rolly. But again, you push waves so much faster than Poppy, right? That's Poppy's kind of major weakness, is she is kind of horrible at clearing waves. Can use you to do it, but
I think, I mean, I might be thinking too much into it with the whole team comp thing. If I'm honest, I think Jolly Rogers can kind of just get away with picking whatever, honestly.
yeah,
Like, these players are just good in general. They might just be picking and saying, screw it, we're just going to pick all comfort, which is fine, and just not even worry about what their team comp is. Just pick a champ that you like, that you're comfortable with, that you're fine playing into what you're currently seeing on the other side of the map, and pick into that. And if that's what they're going for after last game, then I imagine they'll be fine. But if we are seeing a better Fantastic Academy come out in this game, they certainly have a better team comp style in general. They just need to actually make it work.
yeah. I mean, it's just the case of right. If Ash is allowed to play this game, like into the Renekton and the TF. If Poppy and Zyra and Skarner are kind of able to keep them safe instead of diving forward like I imagine the team's going to be doing.
Hmm.
Fantastic Academy should probably win every fight, but it's the thing of I don't know how your Ashe is ever safe this game.
No.
Skarner, while he's somewhat mobile and has these unique gank paths, there's really nobody that he can catch. I think with his upper hand, right? If
It's gonna be
you run
hard
it,
to anyway. You've got
yeah,
Seraphine and Karma slowing you down. You got Twisted Fate gold cards just hitting you.
yeah, and Kindred can dodge out of the way easily. Same for Nectin. Like I imagine it's gonna be really hard for Skarner. And then same with this Diana. Like, sure, if Diana goes in and gets the Dream ult and blows up Seraphine Karma, it's like, oh, congrats, you won the team fight. But if you go in as Diana and Mantra Shield and you have 1,000 bot.
You're cutting us out us there.
Oh, sorry. So that
Slow
Diana
down.
ult, right? And we have
Yeah,
the
if she
Seraphine
goes in and just whiffs
shields.
it or something,
Yeah.
it's hard to follow anything up, especially because Diana is your main, like, real main engage. Who else is going in with you? Like, Poppy can dash
Yeah.
forward a little bit if she's close enough, and Skarner has that slight jump forward, but no one else is really able to follow that. And I guess you just started off with an Ashe ult, Zyra ult, then Skarner Diana. But again, just like last game, you're banking on 4 ults to hit for you to win one team fight, and if you miss something, then it's just done. It's over.
Yeah, you need everything to hit because the shielding and the longevity, right? There's Kindred ult as well, right? Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't one shot this team, they're gonna live, and then they're gonna press their buttons, and they're gonna end the fight with like the stacking things. I don't see how this draft is playable for. As far as like actual lanes, like, who can go where and get it. I'm pretty sure Diana's gonna get shoved in really hard by TF. It's
Mm-hmm.
more of like the counter pick and looking for kills. Kindred should outclear Skarner and be able to invade him with impunity. Skarner has been nerfed and isn't able to farm as fast as he used to. That I don't know if Phantastic Academy really fixed the issues that they had. I see winning lane kind of the okay, we have this solid win here. We should win position,
Mm-hmm.
and that really worries me.
Yeah, it's like we can. I don't know. I'm just trying to break down like what exactly the best outcome of this is. Like Ashe ult, Diana ult, and then you wait for Kindred to drop ult. Then Skarner goes in and he has a free way to grab somebody if they're all standing in the ult, right? Unless they just run out the back of it. But if you're only banking on full synergy to work, because they didn't really draft for just the lanes, right? Like Ashe Zyra is good, but you had Ashe Braum on the table right off the bat when you saw Seraphine, and probably would have been a better pick. Um, Skarner's always a good pick, I think. It's just you need to make sure that you are actually able to get stuff done. We didn't get to see anything done with that Xin Zhao last game. Heartstuck brother, with the way we saw that what do you call it?
At
That
least,
Elise get played. I can only imagine we're gonna see the same thing on the Kindred, right? Like I have to go off of the information I have, so I have no reason to think that Jolly Rogers isn't gonna win this game.
yeah, I agree. I think Jolly Rogers again are just going to take this. I think it's just going to be more win the lanes and win the game.
Yeah, it's just I think it's gonna be as simple as that for them. And I think that's kind of the mindset they're going into it, and that's why their drafting is just maybe not more team fight focused and more so we're gonna play to our own strengths and see how we do in the game. And that's what happened last game. We'll see if it happens this game, but we are going to be waiting on a quick spectator delay here. Don't go anywhere. We've got a couple minutes left. We'll be right back when we get onto the rift for game number 2 of JR versus PAS. We'll see you in a few. All right, spectator delay is over. We are here. Game number 2 has started. As we talked about before, they have swapped sides. Phantastic Academy now on the red side, Jolly Rogers on the blue, and Jolly Rogers doing a run back of what we saw in the last game. They are hoofing it into the bot lane bush here.
Yeah, there is that potential again to get some first blood shenanigans going. You have the Ash slows to really kind of drag someone down. Renekton done. There is TF get some. Lil Pyro is in the correct spot. Are they going to be able to get out?
Yep, volley
Does
goes through.
yeah.
Wooly Bully though, okay, going the other way. There we go. Thought he was gonna maybe go the wrong way here. Throws up a plant into the bush just for a little bit of poke, and looks like that's gonna be all there is to it. DP Fifi throwing out a Q, gonna land on a Heartstuck brother there and get some decent damage, but that's all there's gonna be. Just a couple trade-offs and wards.
Yeah, and hey, it's already a better start to the game than and it's already a better start to the game last time, correct? I mean, you didn't lose first blood. Everything's safe. Everybody's good. You know where the enemy jungler kind of is just based off of where they invaded from. It should be a fine game.
Yeah, the big thing is I really want to watch this top side. Uh-oh, we're seeing the bot lane, though, as Wooly Bully and Pyro get some... Oh, my God, they get some early damage off, but at what cost? Pyro already has to use that cleanse. One more auto attack, potentially. There's the flash, easy to go down. First blood goes over to Astro on the Karma. They got reverse bushwhacked.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand on top of each other and to two mages, they're gonna hit you with both of their spells that are AoE, and it's gonna hurt.
What a surprise that Seraphine hits you with a spell, and if it hits multiple people, it does more damage. Crazy. And
Yeah, and it
Wooly Bully
repeats.
taking a lot of damage there as well from that empowered Q from Astro. Has to run away before he dies, and already, I mean, we talked about it being a better start than earlier. It was a better start for about 30 more seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately. Will wanting to kind of bring this up, I'm really hoping we see somebody build it. There's all this shielding, there's all stuff. Serpent's Fang is like the crazy item. God, I hope Poppy, like, you know, has some balls and does some AD damage, but I'm pretty sure they're going straight tank.
I think she should go a little bit hybrid, honestly. I think you're right. I think Serpent's Fang is... Fang? Serpent's Fang is kind of a must-buy in this game. But the question is, will she actually nut up and actually buy it? But we'll see later. I don't think it's going to be a first item thing. But I think it's something you need to pick up as second, third, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just hoping somebody does. You know, Ash also is able to apply it well. Probably screws her build over completely, but who knows what
Yeah.
Ash is building. Some games I'm seeing
Ash,
Phantom Dance champion.
Ash at a point in the game is a 20-second R cooldown, and that's all she really cares about because that's all she's good for later on in the game, unless you can somehow just lock everybody down on the other team, which realistically you can't. So
Yeah.
maybe she can buy it. I don't think she should. But so far, everything pretty balanced around the map here. Golden Bob showing up in the bot side as this Skarner. Not going to be stepping on any wards as that sweeper goes through. Dashes through the wall. Gets a slow on to Astro. Astro is going to get killed here. And that is going to go over to Golden Bob. Wooly Bully almost goes down.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Hard stuck, brother. On the top side of the map here. Will he change over his target to kills? He will not. Kills isn't going to be able to back here, though. Oh, I don't know if you want to go that way. Steadfast Presence does get popped. The flash comes out of kills, and that's going to be... He's going to have to take the long way back to base now.
Yep, and this is starting to look like some of the CS lead horror of it was game one. You're already down, double the CS. Do a counter pick matchup. You should win really hard. We're building a tier. We're buying
top
items.
side here. Will Renekton stop the back? He does not. I'm surprised at that as the TP comes out from kills. Nazgos does have TP that he can follow it up with as Hardstuck is still getting chased through the jungle. Naz still no TP yet. Hardstuck does get knocked back.
Yeah,
Renekton cancels the dash.
and this is just kind of time that you don't really want to be using, right? Poppy, you need to push this wave out and get yourself safe. Um, I'm really not a fan of this. We're able to see kind of this roam towards mid lane. Fifi, again, like we were kind of talking about and saying that this pick isn't really for lane. That you know, Diana has a really terrible laning phase. Kind of the whole point of the champions. The
Mhm.
level 6 just kill them. They're down, 12 CS, 2 full waves.
And now we want to see. I mean, you kind of called it. You knew that TF would be the winner of this lane. We kind of just easily push her in. The one thing that we didn't really expect, kills. Again, half the CS of Nazghost at this time. Down a whole level. Nazghost level 6. Kills is level 5. So top lane's still not going too well for him. And why does he go in there? That just absolutely baffles me why he even pushes Nazghost away there from his own tower. And he pays for it.
Yep. Just kind of showing him maybe some inexperience with the pick. Something like that. Kind of interesting decisions.
Oh, and now
We do have
mid lane
level
here.
6
Kate does get
mid.
jumped on. A nice ultimate. Moonfall comes down from Fifi, but it's not going to be enough. Heartstuck is going to find that kill. Golden Bob field goals Heartstuck and Cake here, but Heartstuck probably taking a lot of damage from Golden Bob here. Jeez, the Skarner. Massive amounts of damage as the gold card comes through. Cake unable to find the kill, however, as a tower shot threatens his life.
Yeah, that was really pretty close to being a disaster. And we're just kind of seeing this problem here. The poke kind of answered by shields. They're not able to get any sort of damage, able to use this combo unless you get some poke down to fully kill someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ashar into Zyra ult isn't gonna 100-0 somebody.
Attempting the root there, but Dolo's going to end up being the one getting rooted here. Now Pyro walking up, maybe not a wise idea here as Wooly Bully gets pushed off. Astro still walking forward, flashes, but still dies for it, but it might just be a die to help out his AD carry, but Heartstuck going to be the one to actually pull off that kill as here comes Fifi, flash forward, a nice shutdown gets that kill. Cake ends up ulting into the bot lane, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, while all this is happening, we see Skarner, Golden Bob up here taking these grubs, making sure to try and get his team an advantage. Skarner, or Renekton, he's Ducey walking down. Only gotten one so far. Think he is going to get pushed off and have to go cycle.
Renekton actually still chasing there, biding time for Hardstuck to get up here. But Ash has shown up in the mid lane. Kate could probably take that fight. I don't know if he wants to, though. Diana going up just behind us now. Golden Bob does get stunned. He's going to go through the wall. It's not going to be enough. An auto attack follows him through. And Hardstuck is going to pick up that kill. I believe that's going to be I think the first mark for Kindred here. As the second one is going to go onto this crab.
Yeah, we see that is the second. They have 2 right now. That was the third they just got. Just one more, and you kind of get that really super important first range upgrade as Kindred.
Mm-hmm.
Again, kills just getting absolutely destroyed in the lane matchup.
What's the number for Kindred now? Is it still like 7?
It's 4 for every range upgrade.
Okay. Because there's like a certain, I don't know what it is anymore as Fifi gets killing Astro. Haven't seen Kindred get played in so long. I don't really know like what the number by time is anymore. Because there's been so many changes over the past couple of years. But I would imagine Hardstuck Brothers probably on a good pace right now, being 3 pre-10 minutes. As
yeah,
now
for sure.
Hills will fall. Golden Bob is going to get a push under tower, though. Nice ultimate from Hardstuck. As Golden Bob is going to use the ultimate just behind him. Hardstuck is going to fall. And now Nazghost potentially could be the next one. He will not. So he saves his top laner, but he ends up falling for it. Not a bad trade as in the bot lane here. A nice combo. This is what I was talking about that you want to see. Ashe combo with the Zyra, but no kill. Dolo actually flashes over the wall, still lives. Fifi goes down to Cake in the mid lane in the meantime. 2.5 gold lead pre-10 here for Jolly Rogers.
But we are seeing some signs of life, right? This game isn't a complete stomp. Your bot lane Sure, they kind of blew their combo and didn't get a kill, but they got Seraphine Flash, which means it should be easy pickings for that kind of next fight.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
it shows that combo works.
Yeah.
At least on one person, and that's realistically all that matters. You know, if you're looking to get a pick at some point, that Ashe combo into Zyra ult is probably going to look good for you. But here comes Hardstuck. No ultimate, though. Pyro, half health already. One more auto attack will do it. And Hardstuck's going to pick up that kill as well.
Yep, just able to dance forward with that rain of arrows. And now this dragon is available to start. It looks like they are going to do that, I think. Just in the
And
back
I
of the
gotta
pit.
ask, what does it say when you can't even walk into your own double wave against Nazgos, who is just sitting in the middle of it and not caring that you're looking at him? Like, Kills is in deep water right now.
I mean,
41 to 93.
it's a disaster. I mean, they have the glowing mode of their inventory, aka the I screwed up badly that I need to buy a component for my component.
Oh, yeah, you hate to see that. And first Drake as well is going to be Ocean, which doesn't help because that's going to be just better stats going now. I love Ocean Drake as a first Drake. Like it more as a combo, as an actual soul. But first Drake Ocean is always really good to have when you're skirmishing this much.
Yeah, and we're just seeing kills just kind of losing the mind games of it. Renekton's dashing in with E, and we're not using our W to stop it, and we're just using it when it's not going to dash out. There's a dive coming in.
Hold, there it is. Here comes Hardstuck. He's got the poppy, and you don't even let him get the stack. Come on, guys. You can't let Hardstuck walk up there, get the poppy as his mark, and then not at least let him get one hit.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried that this game's going to turn into. There's not a lot left here. TF porting mid lane.
Oh,
but...
root under tower. Wow. Dolo with the 2v1 under tower with that ultimate. And now, ultimate drops down for Hardstuck. Beefy trying to get a kill here. Will not be able to do so. Hardstuck still has Poppy marked. And he's going to pick himself up a double kill in the mid lane. Nope. Astro's going to pick one up for himself. Says, I need a little bit more gold for my next item. And now we've got, what, Grubs coming up here in about a minute or so. Next Drake won't be for 3 minutes, and they're going to get some nice plates on that mid tower.
Yeah, and it's already starting to get kind of monster territory. Cake, we see, has the Rod of Ages done, so they're going to be harder to burst down 100 to 0 from. Diana, interestingly enough, going for the Nashor's Tooth. Didn't know that was the mid Diana buy. I thought that was more the giant jungle Diana thing, because you're bruisery. I thought mid Diana was just raw AP and burst, but we see, like, look at how bad this top lane is. That's a full tower with, like, plates down.
Yeah, at 13 minutes. Kills can't even walk up and farm anymore. Cake taking some damage here. Fifi.
Yeah.
Showing that Nashor's Tooth actually does something for him. This Cake just trying to do something back, unable to do so. Fifi will go down, potentially. Tower will not continue the lock on. He will stay alive for now as Hardstuck is over the wall. He'll get spotted out if he tries to follow, but does not do so now. We'll see if he ends up ending up into the top side for the Grubs there. As they are spawning, or not even Grubs, Rift Herald now, isn't it? Jeez.
Yep.
Flash forward for Hardstuck. He wants this kill. One more auto. That'll do it.
Yep. Count to 3.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to land, as is the Zyra ult. Will find that kill onto Karma. Dolo unable to keep his support alive. Makes sense. He was very low on mana, but Pyro and Bully doing exactly what they're supposed to do with that combo. First time it's worked out, but if they can continue to do that, they'll be all right. I just don't know if it'll help them when anybody else shows up.
I'm also just going to call this out. Why is no one in this game building Merc Treads? There is so much CC this game.
Great question. I mean, I don't know why Renekton has ninjas.
Yeah.
Like, who's the AD threat for him? Like, it's not Ashe right now. I mean, it probably won't be Ash ever until he gets hit with an ultimate and then Merc Treads come into play. But they're trying to find Skarner, of all people, in his own jungle here. His kills is somehow caught out on red. Heartstuck on the hunt here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that kill, but they're going to turn their attention back into the jungle as Golden Bob does get stunned. He's got the ultimate, so they need to be careful he doesn't just pull him under his own tower here. And he's going to pull right off.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just kind of waiting for something huge to happen and for the big fight. This is a little bit of a step forward from this Renekton, though.
With a Moonfall, that's not going to find anybody, though. She gets blown up as kills. Heartstuck really wants to get this this mark. Here's the ultimate. Ultimate comes through from kills. It just whiffs, unfortunately. The root comes through onto Skarner as he lands his ultimate, and nobody gets pulled because of it. They trade 1 for 1. Poppy does end up falling, so that's the mark going over to Heartstuck. Kills is still barely alive, but that's going to go over to Heartstuck.
Yep. And now we're hitting a tier 2 tower at 16 minutes of the game and might be getting it.
Definitely getting it. Yeah, they got another wave coming in here. Rift Herald probably going to be on the menu next, as that has just been chilling for a while. I don't think there's any reason to run bot lane for this Air Drake. You could probably just give that over PAS and just get a couple better Drakes for yourself.
We're gonna
but,
face check.
Oh no, they're face checking where they knew they just were. And now, I mean, that's just a free fight wherever you want to go. You can go Drake or Rift Herald, and that should be free.
Yep. Not good. Pretty sure this Kindred's on 7 or 8 marks at this point.
Oh, Wooly just walking through the river here. Realistically, for no reason. Why even path that way? Ends up falling because of it. And now Drake is going to have its attention turned on. TF looks to be finishing off that mid lane tower, if I'm not mistaken. There it goes. And now Renekton moving back into the top side just to push. Little Pyro. Little dangerous. I don't know if he's going to try to steal that or what, but that's not going to work. He's going to be forced to flash away from the Seraphine ult. And just like that. I mean, that's flash blown for nothing.
Yeah, and as Diana, can you really match this Renekton?
Ooh, Cake in trouble. And there's the gold card. And never mind. I don't think you can. No, I think Renekton jumps on Diana and maybe gets a little bit of damage, but like Eclipse with Black Cleaver, you're half health in a WQ, and that's it.
Yeah, and again, there's no MR on pretty much anyone. Poppy with Merc Treads, I'm pretty sure
got the Merc Treads, baby.
The only MR that has been in this game. Kind of crazy to see.
There's no other MR. Oh no, we got Merc Treads on Kindred.
Oh,
We're okay. We're all right. It's all balanced out. But I mean, 9K gold lead right now.
Yeah.
Pre-20 does not look good for PAS here. Cake potentially. Never mind. Yeah, I'll shut up.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure the only bot lane tower that's, or like the only tower that's even been remotely touched on this for, you know, they could maybe get the bounty as this bot lane tower. I think it's at half. The other
I don't even think it's at half. I think it may be at like a quarter. Okay, it is. Never mind. We're good.
Yep.
It's just under half.
Whereas the other two towers are pretty sure sitting pretty. I mean, you get to just shove your vision line in far, and it's kind of where you're going to go at this point. You have, what, 3 minutes till this next dragon spawns? I guess you go for the best tower down here. That's a really dangerous way to walk, Bully.
Dude, this is what I mean. I've been seeing Wooly just take the worst pathing I've ever seen. Cake's going to find him with a gold, and Heartstuck Brothers just going to find that kill for himself here. Doesn't even need it. That wasn't even who he marked, but he just wanted the kill anyway. Still pushing in mid lane. Golden Bob kills Fifi all here. Look at Kindred mid lane. Ashe is about to get ganked in her own lane here. Pyro uses that ultimate. Chance Crystalero lands point blank. Of course, it's not going to stun for very long, though. And that's going to be a solo kill. Finds the mark mid, and now Nazgos just trying to stay alive, will do so, dashes back in, gets the kill, is on a rampage. I don't even think he's going to fall either. Golden Bob's going to have to use that blast cone to get over the wall. Charm's going to land over the wall from Wooly Bully and extend onto Golden Bob, and Wooly's just going to have to run all the flash over from Astro. He's looking for the kill. He gets it. How does he get back over? Just walks through the turret, shields himself. Cake is also on the wrong side here. Someone needs to get him out of there.
Probably a bad sign when the enemy support is flashing into your base at 20 minutes into the game.
To get a kill, of all things. Like, not even just to assist, to solo kill somebody. Golden Bob already down to half health after just coming out of the base here. They could look for Baron if they really want to here. They take a reset. Realistically, this game is just theirs. EAS, can they come back? Sure, it's always a possibility. Do I expect them to? At this point, no. Honestly, I think Jolly Rogers is kind of just running away with this game.
Yeah, and they pretty much look like they have run away with this series at this point. There's not really been a sign of life yet, and we got to see something from them, right? That Fifi was kind of the hero of their entire team last week, and so was Kills. These soul laners really got to show up and just pull their weight.
Yeah, and I think the real big thing that's like kind of sealing this series for me is being able to get a good pick into Renekton like this Poppy, and you know, have this Skarner on your team that you could be making big plays with, and then ultimately end up failing with it. Kills just couldn't get timing down. We saw that first blood, well, not necessarily first blood, but the first kill top go down early because he just took a very odd trade. I'm not sure why. And Nazgos was able to just scale off of that. And now, because of that, he's able to sit bot lane in a 1v3, flash it away the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and he's gone. See you later. Now Baron's wide open.
Yep, and they beeline straight to it. Nazgos just going to walk back bot lane, see if he can draw anyone to come see him again, and team the objective for even freer. See the enemy team scouted out with this Ash Crystal Arrow. Don't even bother walking to it, and I think they're going to try and trade this for this Renekton kill, get this bounty into maybe a dragon. Let's see, are they able to kill the Renekton?
That's the really big question, right? He is getting stun locked for days. Pops the ultimate, gets you down, gets some healing, grounded again, finally gets shut down, but not before nearly destroying Fifi. Fifi's going to have to back after that. Now there's no way they can take this Drake because everybody on their team is low except for Pyro and Wooly Bully. Like, you gotta kill, you blew so much for it, but you're not going to get any objectives because of it.
Yeah, and now he picks up that Steric's Gauge after that death, so he'll have a huge shield for when they try and do it again.
Oh, hey, with some fancy feet there, gold card's going to land again. That's what you were talking about with the Skarner earlier. You were saying that, like, there's no way Skarner can really get on top of anybody because there's so many slows and stuns.
Yeah, and I mean, this TF is building movement speed. That's kind of his thing, right? He has the movement speed out of these swiftness boots, Zeal, and I think Lichbane has movement speed.
Lichbane is like 5%, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this... There's just no way. Hardstuck Brother has all marks now on
4%. Oh, nerf to hell. Definitely used to be 5. Working on the first inhib here, though.
I mean, technically, this is a mistake, taking it too early, but it won't be a mistake if they end the game in the next 5 minutes, which I'm pretty sure they will.
I'll be honest. Any other team that we've seen this split, probably a mistake. For these guys, probably just the quickest way for them to end the game. Nice root comes through on top of Hardstuck as he pops down that ultimate. Golden Bob gonna miss his own. And here comes Nazgos getting into the thick of things here as Cake 22 gets the stun on the Fifi, who uses that Moonfall, only hits one, is going to end up getting out alive. Kills, jumps on him from out of nowhere, and ends up falling for it as well. Fifi on the run now. Second inhib's going to fall on the bot side, working their way onto this Nexus tower. Wooly Bully's just getting hit from the back here. He's going to fall to Nazgos. That's going to be the first Nexus tower falling as well as Golden Bob just tries to do something to help his team, but he just can't get close. Little Pyro's throwing out those volleys, not doing anything for damage, and isn't going to do anything for this push. As this game ends 3 minutes quicker than the last one.
Yeah, a sub 25-minute win with how much of a gold lead is that?
That is a 17,000 gold lead at the end.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's huge amounts of gold lead. I mean, just look at the stats across the board here: 23,000 damage on Nazgos, hard stuck 16k on the Kindred. I don't know how many stacks he ended up with at the end there, but
It
definitely a
was
few.
enough.
Yeah, that hurts. I mean, I don't want to say we're expecting that to happen that game. I'm just rooting for PAS to look better in these games. But I think it's just hard to do that when Jolly Rogers can pick any champions they want and excel with them. It's just, how do you ban them out?
Yeah, I really feel like they just need to get comfort picks for themselves. Maybe try and get some earlier in the draft for kills. This Ornn has been banned in round 2 every game. Maybe try and get that in round 1. Spend some bans early top lane, get something going. But you got to change something up because both games so far have been an absolute disaster for you. The
At this point,
morale is low,
like,
and you just got to reset the mental, jam the
hmm
tunes, and get it going.
at this point, if you're PAS, I think you need to invest everything you can into one lane, because it's not working splitting everything between five. So pick one lane that you think is gonna work, draft around that, and then maybe, I don't know, just send your jungler there over and over and over again. But we'll see if that happens. We'll take it to game 3. We'll see if this is just a clean sweep for Jolly Roger, or if Phantastic Academy is going to take us to a game number 4. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for draft number 3. Welcome back, everybody. Draft number 3 begins for Jolly Roger's Black Pearl and Phantastic Academy Starcross. Jolly Roger's still on the blue side here, so PAS will stay on the red. Same band so far. What are you thinking, Storm? What can be changed? What needs to be changed? Can we see a fourth game?
So, you brought up the idea of kind of towards the end of the game, throw everything in the kitchen sink into one. I feel like that's maybe your answer. Go for the Nocturne, something along those lines. Get a Shen, get some globals. Try and make sure that you have one lane that just absolutely smashes the game open. Try and do something different. Because we've kind of seen the standard laning has not gone well. Pretty much every single lane has lost throughout this entire series. Little Pyro and Willy, I guess, have probably been the best for the side of Phantastic Academy. They've been going even at best. So let's see. Maybe we can get
Ash first pick.
Yeah, maybe with this kind of Ash first pick, lower ability, something easy to kind of focus down. If you're able to take some stuff that's able to just super punish it and just deny it.
What do you think they pick with that, Ash? Think they pull out the Lulu, or do you think they stay with, or maybe even Karma? You think maybe they're gonna take this Zyra and try to show PAS how it's done?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning if that Ziggs pick, I'm Karma, just to try and really match that way. Shove Nautilus. I really
Ziggs
like this
Nautilus.
already. So we have a combo set up, kind of with Ziggs Nautilus, some just burst that you can focus onto one target that you just out. We're killing X, and you kill X person. Hopefully, we're able to kind of follow through.
Nidalee hovered
Yeah,
at the
Hard
very least
Stuck
for
Brother
now.
has been feeling themselves. This is kind of the other classic 1v9 pick.
I do
And
love
there it
Nidalee.
is.
I love Nidalee, man. I'm loving seeing these champions I haven't seen play in a while. Fizz, hover. Fizz just double assassin here with the Nidalee. I mean, Ziggs will not be able to play the game with enough of this. Not quite locked in yet.
I really hope they do not take this, to be honest with you, but it's probably getting locked.
Brand, okay.
Brand.
Nope, that's gonna be Brand. Will Fifi pick the fish? We'll see. Um, yeah, Nidalee Brand. I'm not sure where Brand's gonna go yet. I'm guessing mid, unless they just decide to throw that in the support. I'm not really sure, but I mean, because he was a hover of Fizz, unless they were just playing around, it could be a mid.
All right, we're continuing with the let's kill one person really, really dead with Galio. We got some. We just need a jungler who can facilitate this engage. See, J4. I think that pick is turbo broken side of Phantastic Academy, and that would actually really surprised if it goes through.
J4 is really good. The only issue with J4 is that if your team follows up, Brand just pushes R, and you are locked in there. Like you can't do anything. So you have to be very careful with the J4 ult. But I do agree. I think it'd be a good pick for them. It would just limit a lot of their damage unless J4 is going like the Eclipse build or something like that, like just straight damage. Because Nautilus and Galio, two supports already. Ziggs is going to be your, I guess, main focus of AP damage. But you have 3 AP champions right now. You need hard AD. And I think my only issue is that at this point now, unless you're going a mid assassin AD, like you're picking Talon or Zed, Yasuo, Yone, something like that, um, top lane is not really where you want that main AD carry to be. And I'm not trying to throw any digs on anyone. It's just top lane has not been going well for Phantastic Academy.
Um, yeah, I also really hate them taking your mid and your AD already, and we are counterpicking jungle now.
Yeah, unless it's Nautilus Jungle, of course. Aurelia picked up by Jolly Rogers. Yeah, that's just not something you want to be if you're Fantastic Academy. Two assassins already. One AP, one AD. Now the thing is with Nautilus and Galio, they're kind of fine with that later on, but you have to get later on. You have to be able to actually play the game early and not just get, huh? And not just get absolutely blown up. That's Lucian mid. Because they're just
Yep.
gonna find gold so quickly. This is a game that this Jolly Rogers draft that they have right now is so front loaded where they just want to do as much damage early as possible and snowball kills and just look to end this game at 20 minutes.
Yeah. I would also say this draft is incredible ego.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. That is all ego. We can we're up 2 games and we can afford to lose one if we all just pick these champions. But
Yeah.
with the last 2 games, I can't see anything else other than them winning the game, right? I haven't seen anything to lead me to believe that Fantastic Academy can win this game, uh, just off of the last 2 performances. And with the draft that they have right now, still I still don't like it. I'm still not convinced. They're putting. When I said put all your eggs in one basket, I didn't mean top. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't mean it that way. I think they should have sent it all mid. They should have sent it all bot lane even. Just pick hard carries. Ziggs is good for pushing if you can push.
Yeah, I'm also just wondering why we picked Aurelia and Renekton. I'm pretty. Again, that's supposed to be a really, really bad lane.
What Aurelia Renekton?
Yeah, Renekton is supposed to
Yeah,
absolutely walk.
yeah, but Poppy's supposed to do well right in a Renekton too. So it's like,
Yeah,
who cares about what the matchups are at this point,
I
right?
mean,
It really is just like it,
I,
it's player difference rather than
yeah,
champ difference now.
yeah. I mean, I will say again for Academy, Viego pick. I, it's not Jarvan, but that would be the next champion I would want. Your
Yeah.
team is all about let's fucking murder one guy so dead he will never be
Hmm.
alive again, and then Viego takes over there, and you try and repeat that. I think their team comp makes sense. You have some pushing lanes. Italy
Hmm.
has like almost zero setup as well. Um,
Right.
Lucian mid is like a couple years or maybe months. You know, he always kind of cycles back in there,
Hmm.
but
Still a
he
good pick,
is,
I think, in things like Pasadin and Galio, champions that are
yeah,
low range melee.
yeah, probably still able to bully him out. But if Nautilus ever roams or Nectin roams, or you get hit by a Galio taunt because you're dashing forward, someone is there to like follow up. I'm pretty sure you're gonna die because that's a lot of burst on the enemy team.
Hmm.
Viego, or sorry, the Viego stun Galio taunt. Um, this Lucian pick is brave, and Cake has been an absolute monster this series. They're probably the MVP of the series. They're just gonna kind of show their prowess.
And I mean, that's what he's been doing all split really since he joined the team. Um, like I said earlier, only has 2 games where he went negative and has just been playing out of his mind all split. And we could talk about like, hey, if this lands, if they do this and this, and I'm pretty sure that's what PS has been going for this whole series, though, right? The last 2 drafts have been, hey, if we just land all of our ults at the same time, we'll be fine. And they haven't even really gotten a team fighting phase yet uh, to actually try to do that. So as much as I like the switch into what they're doing with just throwing a few bruiser tanks in the mix and hoping they I guess get somebody ahead. I just don't know who is gonna be the one that they're gonna be putting all this gold onto. Like it shouldn't be Ziggs because there's too many assassins on the team for it really to be Ziggs. It's gonna be hard for it to be Renekton. And I think Viego is your best bet, but it's still gonna be just as hard because Hardstuck's been popping off the past couple games.
Yeah, I will also mention this. If Galio is not building AP, they are going to be absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
So I really hope that this Galio loads in the game and we see Electrocute and we see them buy a Magi's, because that's how this game's kind of gotta go. You gotta snowball and be 20 and 0. You're gonna.
You're cutting out on this.
Oh, sorry, or you'll be 0 and 20. There's
Yeah,
there's not a
it's
lot.
you don't really need kills as the Galio this game, but you definitely need to not die.
Hmm.
You need to be holding your ult and communicating with your team, and they need to be telling you that they need an ult. If it comes down to it, it's just going to be a matter of will they get to the point where Galio can actually assist with ults, or is the game just going to be over by that point? But we'll see what happens. Game number 3, we are at game point here for Jolly Rogers. See what happens in just a couple minutes as we for spectator delay. Be right back on the Rift for potentially the final game of the night. We're back, everybody. Game number 3 is underway. Galio looks to be top. And it looks like we have a brand APC. Storm, thoughts?
Yeah, pretty sure they screwed themselves. Renekton seems like they are never going to be able to touch Lucian unless Lucian is dashing forward. Pretty sure Lucian just holds his E and Renekton can never kill him. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
at least Galio has the ability to trade evenly. Um, have absolutely zero idea why it's Ashe support with press the attack. That just seems wrong in almost every way. It is a World Atlas, and yeah, really
Yeah,
curious how
there's.
these lanes are gonna go.
I feel like on Jolly Roger's side, they're just playing it out for funsies. It seems like,
Yeah,
um, but PAS, man, I don't like the swap. Unless are they just sending Fifi top with the Renekton?
yeah, it looks that way. They're just swapping the players, I guess.
Okay.
They're more comfortable on those certain champions. Okay, it's saved, thank God.
I mean, it makes sense, but I think if you're Nazgos, you just follow Galio. I
Yeah,
I think that's the play anyway. Um, I mean, Fifi's a good player. It makes sense. I mean, it's a solo role, but like, I don't know. I guess it depends on who you're favoring over not dying. Because right now, Kill's already taking the worst end of these trades.
yeah, but um, see both junglers kind of going at it. The gonna get this red buff, start hitting these Krugs. Both junglers going towards this top side of the match, um, where there's a lot of setup for both of them. The only lane, really, that Italy has where there's any sort of reliable CC to work with. Still really unsure why we have Ashe support, but whatever. See, Fifi is getting the better of these trades, has pushed their level 2 advantage.
I mean, Ash support isn't bad. You throw out volley for slows. I mean, you'd probably rather have like a tank or something into Ziggs and Nautilus, but I don't know. Post 6, you have that ultimate, I guess, and then Brand follows it up with a full combo, gets the passive proc. Could work out for him. I
Yeah, I
don't see
mean,
it not working out. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
yeah. Oh, that is the stun landing, that is the Q refresh, but Nazgos kind of went in onto Renekton and Fee should have killed him there, but we both burn Flash, or we just burn Flash on the side of Nazgos. And that should set up this dive here if he sticks around under this turret and denying some plays, or we're going to force out a teleport and be up 2 summoners to 0. Either or is really good. See it going in.
I don't think you want to go in here if your kills level 3, now level 4 Lucian flash forward. That shows why you probably don't take that fight. Dolo forced the flash out of that one, and Wooly Bully is going to fall. And now Pyro, no mana. They take that fight when they probably shouldn't. Dolo coming back in, forces the flash out of Pyro with that Pillar of Flame. And now that's just going to be 1-1 in the mid lane and the bot lane in favor, excuse me, of Jolly Rogers.
Yep. Disaster already kind of striking. Are going to have our Renekton be able to back, reset, get off his TP, come back with slight item advantage. It's a refillable potion and other consumable, which I don't really want to be seeing being built right now, but it's totally fine.
Flash Q coming out of Wooly Bully, I'm calling it.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is, and that is going to be a kill on an Astrid there. Very nicely done, Dolo. Just going to try to follow up with some damage there, but good pick there. Get some gold on the Pyro.
Yeah. Love to see that, equalizing it out. Hopefully the Ziggs is able to pick the wave up quickly, and they're able to use the teleport to reset, get back bot lane, and be able to keep on the map.
Yeah,
Just
no
kind of
mana right now, still again. A
yeah.
little bit late on the back.
Seeing Golden Bob just kind of full clearing, matching this Nidalee is out farming him. Nidalee really hasn't done anything, which is great to see if you are the side of Phantastic Academy. Nidalee falls off not just a small cliff, but a really, really large one, actually.
Ooh, listen,
As,
everybody mid for cake. Here, Wooly Bully is gonna land the dredge line there. Cake will fall. Viego. Golden Bob picks up that kill. Very nicely done. Has to, I don't know how to say has to. I don't know if he had to flash for it, but did flash for it. Ends up getting himself some gold here. Now 2 for 2. Narrowing that gold lead down to only 100. Now, yeah, like you said, Nidalee falls off very hard unless she's already ahead early. And so far, still 0-0 and 0, no KP at all. Could head top. Fifi's pretty much been pushed in all game, but we haven't really seen Hardstuck move around the map yet.
Yeah, I mean, Nidalee hasn't done anything, but doesn't really have anywhere to gank right now. Grubs are spawning. Guessing we're gonna see side of Phantastic Academy be the one to claim those. They have the advantage right now, and Diego to start them. Galio is a little late on, doesn't teleport. We see an engage bot.
And Dolo gets out of the minefield there. There's the passive proc. Gonna land onto Bully. Doesn't hit Pyro though. Satchel Charge is gonna miss. Hardstuck Brother jumping on to Golden Bob. I don't know if he wants to do that though. He's at half health. Forced to flash. Here comes Nazgos with the ultimate. That's going to land onto both Fifi and Golden Bob. They're going to turn back around. A nice full ultimate comes through from Cake22 as well. But Renekton will find a kill in the middle of all that. They go 2 for 1 in the red side jungle. Blue side jungle, excuse me.
Yeah, and just not being in range, right? Galio just getting back to his mid tower and able to kind of pick that wave up. Isn't in range to join that fight in that skirmish, which you really needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hate to see that when you're a Galio, because it's like the one thing that you need to be used for after 6 is just to push R whenever your team needs it. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen there for him. Wooly Bully just biding time in the bush here. Not going to find anything. Astrid almost level 6, as is Dolo, but he's going to get a kill first, okay? He does get killed. I did not expect the kill to trade onto Wooly Bully, but in the top side here, Nazgos is going to get a solo kill to Fifi. That's going to start spelling the end for the top lane.
Yeah, that's really, really see. Had flash, had everything available to try and go for the outplay. You just believe that he had the damage, but just didn't have the cooldowns. Drops. And that's just another way that Nazgos has just been relentlessly pushing these top lane, going for these wins over and over. See if we're able to land this hook quite and get that root as the stun landing, and we're going to go forward. There's the flash. I think this should be Lucian going down.
Brand has the ultimate, however. He's going to throw that over the wall. That's going to get a kill for sure on the Golden Bob. He's going to burn to death. Dolo is going to get that kill, and now Dragon should just be pulled off of unless Hardstuck Brother actually wants to take the aggro here, and he does. Surprise there. Hills did use the ultimate, but I guess it just didn't come down on it. That is going to be Chemtech Drake going over to the side of Jolly Rogers. Top lane now, Nazgos a level ahead over Fifi. They're going to have another skirmish here. Dodges the stun, however, is going to get hit by the ultimate. Pops his own. A little bit of damage on Nazgos, just trying to stay alive. Naz could take that fight, chooses to back off, clear out that vision ward, and go get some waves. His Hardstuck Brother is going to get killed. Nice ultimate comes down from Golden Bob, but the Brand W, that Pillar of Flame, is just going to blow him up. Kills able to dash away. And that's just going to be the end of that fight. But bot side now, a couple plates maybe taken for bot side here. Maybe that's a decent trade, but 2k gold lead right now.
Yeah, it's always the worry when you're giving Ziggs early plates that he does have that W that kind of lets him just kill towers before plates fall, kind of ignore all those he execute, but shouldn't kind of get anywhere near that point. And yeah, both junglers after all this fighting now have all of their junglers to clear, and it's kind of what they decide they're going to do. See, both heading towards top side right now is, Rift Herald going for the grubs? Are we going Scuttle Crab? What's the play for
This point, I mean, you just got to go back to getting picks, right? I think you just go back mid, look to kill Cake, maybe you send your support up top to try to take on a Nazghost before it becomes like an issue where you can't kill him. Because he's 3-0 now, so he's going for that Bork first item. So he's becoming really strong. And Aurelia doing Aurelia things. Here comes Golden Bob.
Yeah. Do
Nazghost
we have
has everything
Flash
but
W?
ultimate.
No.
Does use Flash there, has to use it. That's going to be Void Grubs going over to Jolly Rogers as well. The stun going to land, the ultimate following up. Wooly Bully is just going to die here. That's going to be the ultimate drop down from the brand. Oh, maybe not. It didn't bounce back to him. Flash forward, tries to get that stun, but a nice counter flash from Pyro there just to dodge out of the way of that stun that should have been death.
Yeah,
and then Nazghost doing his Nazghost things where he stands in the middle of an entire wave and doesn't take any damage because he just doesn't care.
we're kind of getting towards the point where it's getting really scary. You're only down 2k at this point, right? But Fifi is really in a trouble here. They pop the ult. They're able to get this kill. It's huge for them.
Dodges the stun. We're going to go into the bot lane here. Is Golden Bob is going to get a nice kill there onto Astrid. And as it turns out on the top side, Nazghost was able to get out of that fight despite not having the flash. And Cake just consistently pushing kills off of the wave. And if we could have Renekton and Galio swapped on the scorecard, please. Just so we can match them up. There we go. 102 to 58. Story of kills' life this whole series, and he's not able to get behind the minions in time. He's going to take the entire ultimate there and take with another kill.
Yeah, and we see this is now the issue. We're able to just TP back to lane with both of these. You don't have your ultimate, which means you don't have any kill threat anymore onto this Aurelia. So far ahead.
Cake potentially in trouble here. Tunnel visioning onto Golden Bob, and here comes Wooly Bully from the mid lane. Oh, and he just throws up the dredge line too early. Didn't even need a flash. But Wooly Bully ends up getting pulled into the mid river there. Cake 22 ends up just moving out scot-free.
Yeah, and I mean, when you've shown that this is your only play as Wooly Bully, it's kind of thing that you're going to start getting marked. Wards are going to be there, and Astrid's just going to be able to roam with you. And Ash Welsh.
I don't know what Astrid's looking for here. Just some poke. Just poke him off the vision.
It's just Ward Wars.
Oh, and Hardstuck is bot lane against Pyro. He's just walking into every mine he can possibly find just for fun. Takes a bunch of damage. Satchel Charge comes out. Q's going to land from Pyro. There's the bomb that's going to land, but Pyro will go down to that ultimate from Brand.
Yeah, it does get a lot of damage out in return at least, and we do see that their back top lane W for Fifi wasn't empowered.
Nazghost is surely going to fall here. Who gets the kill? It goes over to Fifi. Doing really well. Golden Bob. Honestly, 3-3-3. Doing what he needs to on the map. That was a good roam from kills to TP in the mid lane. That's what they need to do. That's what they've kind of needed to do all game, is just continuously find a lane to go after and just shut them down as a unit.
Yeah, we are able to get some pretty huge amount of gold right here for Renekton, getting these plates after that shutdown kills. They're hopefully going to be able to match their items when they base and respawn.
Starting up this dragon with really nobody else around. Brand no ult. Ashe no ult. Nazghost no TP, so I don't know if you really want to start this Drake right now. You don't have a whole lot to back it up, but the entire team is moving around there as Viego's topside on this Rift Herald, so looks like they're just going to trade it.
Yeah, being down 2 Drakes kind of sucks, but pretty sure being down 6 Scrubs with the way these games have been going is worse. That is first tower for Pyro, that 6W, able to clear that. Kind of equalize this gold lead out a little bit.
Another top lane gank coming through here. Not sure why Nas is still pushed up. He knows that Rift Herald was taken, so he has to know that Viego's in the vicinity somewhere. He's pinging it out on the tri-brush, and Golden Bob ends up not executing the gank, but Nazghost is following into the red. He knows Golden Bob is there, and he's pushing him off of his own buffs here. Just needs to be careful because now you've got Galio and Nautilus roaming out.
Yep, and we do see Drake. So that's a soul that you cannot give over ever, as it is game ending and back breaking, and it gives you more map movement and the ability to kind of get around the game early, which is also really troublesome for the side of Phantastic Academy. The Jolly Rogers are looking for this here. Lapse
Bully
is here
Bullies
mid lane.
somehow caught way out, but nobody was helping Hardstuck Brother there. Wooly Bully is going to fall, and Cake turning his attention onto Ziggs as well with the remainder of that ultimate, unable to find the kill, but a double kill is going to go over to Lucian as Hardstuck continues to chase onto Viego, ends up finding him, and Fifi just barely staying alive for now. Does not look like they will fall, but the damage is done. 4 kills to none in the mid lane here, and that should just be a tower going down here. Oh, wow. Doesn't complete that back. Cake scared him off of it. Takes the long way back to base now.
Yeah, with that collector done on Lucian, I'm pretty sure if he had got that auto, it would have executed him.
Oh, yeah.
Be below that threshold.
That is 100% true. Once you get that collector, too, I feel like the tunnel vision really starts to set in. You see those health bars getting lower and lower, and it's like, oh, just one more auto attack. And now, Cake, oh, nice dash. Good reflexes on that there. Could have spelled danger.
So yeah, now it's at the point where our Galio is a tank. Not really what I want to see. Whatever. That you just gotta press your buttons. And press them good. That's what this game comes down to now, right?
Yeah, that Sunfire Cape will keep him alive for a little bit longer if he can actually get in the middle of people, but that's the one issue, isn't it? Pyro's going to get with that.
Yeah, and we do see the full engage coming down.
He's able to stay alive for just a little bit. Wooly Bully finally getting picked off here, but here comes the Galley ultimate. That's going to land onto Golden Bob there, help secure a kill on to Astrid, as well as Cake 22. Dolo barely alive right now, and Heartstuck Brother running for his life. Will Dolo be able to get out? He will. Kills, and Pyro going to turn back around here.
And you know what? Again, it's an even trade, but you're kind of happy with that in most ways. Ziggs just kind of needs one more auto attack on this tower. Maybe his W is able to hit it.
Oh, if he can even get one more auto attack. He's forced to use the Sapphire Charge on himself to try to push himself or Hardstuck Brother away, but he's going to end up finding a kill with the help of kills. Very nicely done.
Yeah, but Brandalt, it does force both on the back. They're slowly burning away. Are able to just reset off.
And just, I mean, okay, there we go. Now Galio's building that Thor mail. Has the first component for it at the very least, the Bramble Vest.
Yeah.
Building just a lot of armor, though. That's not going to help when Brand is hitting you with an entire combo.
Yep. Galio does have a magic shield. It's, I'm pretty sure, around 150 at this point, because he has built no MR or HP, really.
Yeah,
But,
it's not going to be a very big shield, but it's there.
Yep.
Like, he's got something, I guess, like that'll at least block half of one ability from Brand at this point, and won't do anything against that Leandries. That's just going to burn him away. Now, bot lane, this is going to be an issue for Galio. There's no way they're going to try to dive him, surely. The only thing is, Heartstuck Brother has probably shown the weakest showing so far. 2, 3, and 7. Hasn't been a whole lot around the map early, and it's going to be hard for him to do a whole lot going into the later games unless he jumps onto a squishy. And the lollipop from Wooly Bully onto Aster there, that's surely going to be a kill. Very nice pull there as Nazghost ults in for 3 off of the back of that TP there, and now the ult trying to come down from kills is not going to land. A triple kill. Are we going to call it a quadra? Is Cake going to keep going? He will not. Can't get the quadra kill, unfortunately, but very, very nice play off that TP from Nazghost.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we saw Phantastic Academy. They did the thing. They pressed all their buttons and they killed someone. Unfortunately, they pressed all their buttons on a support Ashe. It's probably not
Yeah.
the most useful reset to be giving your Viego, especially when the other, there's some shutdowns you could be grabbing maybe.
And I'll give it to him. It was a good pick. It was a good start to that fight. And that's a good pick as well. Cake 22 could he get picked up here? Will he be absolutely killed is the question. It doesn't look like it, no. As Aurelia finishes off that tower in the bot lane. Baron has spawned into the map. Next Drake is going to be in 4.5 minutes. It's going to be that Mountain Soul we talked about.
Hextech, yeah.
Hextech?
Yep.
Oh, you're right, Never
bug.
mind. I thought they had 4 Drakes. It's just bugged out on the top, isn't it? It just says it's going to be a mountain.
The classic bug.
It's not even really support Ash, is it? Kraken Slayer?
Yeah,
Kraken Slayer building into Bork, I think.
They took a support at said, I am a support. This is the person you have on your team and you that normally you hate, but they're winning, so you're excited.
Yeah, exactly. It's like at this point, I guess it doesn't even matter what she builds. Enchanted Crystalero goes barely wide here as Nazgos. I think that TP came in too early from kills. Golden Bob was getting ready to go for that engage, and then Nazgos saw the TP come out. Nazgos going to go in with a 3-man root on that. Here comes Heartstuck Brother. That's going to be a kill onto him. Dolo's going to throw up the Pillow of Fire. He's going to get the proc onto the Viego. And Galio's going to fall in the back line. That, what could have just been 1 kill, ends up being 3 for 0 in favor of Jolly Roger.
Yep, and this is going to be a Baron started up. You have this Ashe 80 carry support, garbage amalgamation. You have another 80 carry in Lucian. You have Nidalee to give them attack speed. You have Aurelia to hit this. This Baron should die really quickly, just to see can Ziggs kill it with any random skill shots from over the wall that are completely blind. He's here. He's going to throw one. That's a bomb.
That was actually kind of close.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It was a good try. A lot of low members of Jolly Roger as well. So if he did have the ultimate up, maybe he could have thrown that in there. But 22-12 is your score. 6k gold lead currently over to Jolly Rogers. If you could give us a gold check, take a look and see what we're looking at here. 900 gold lead in top, 300 jungle now, 5,000 mid. 2k swing in favor of PAS on the Ziggs, but Ashe with about a 1,200 gold lead over Wooly Bully on the Nautilus.
Yeah, so we can see it's kind of been the Cake show somewhat again, right? Cake's really far ahead, and we're going to see how well they can do it. That's another Ashe ult.
That one's going to land. That's just hit on cooldown. Pyro is going to fall. Wooly Bully going to be taking that passive with him into the base now. There's the ultimate. That's a double kill going through for Cake as well. Really great showing right now from Jolly Rogers as they move on to this first inhib turret about the 23.5 minute mark. Should fall.
Yep,
come on. Just auto attack it, question mark. But now Ashe is going to fall, but they blow everything on the support yet again. They just continuously do this, and Nazgos just barely misses that ult. Had to get a little bit closer. It's a 2-man stun, however. Kills, takes half of his health instantaneously there. As the tower does eventually fall, Golden Bob will go down. Cake continuing the chase, gets stunned under tower, will fall. Unfortunately, it's not going to be going over to Little Pyro with that ultimate. That is going to be going over to Wooly Bully. Now Nazgos jumps right back onto Wooly Bully, who's getting ulted by Galio here. Kills comes in. And help, I mean, he saves him. He ends up dying, but Wooly Bully gets another kill, unfortunately, there. Dolo is going to go down. Fifi finally gets some gold. And that's going to be a shutdown. Heartstuck Brother, I imagine, gets out of this. Just has those leaps on cooldown.
And now we get to see, was taking a mistake this early. There's 40 seconds till Hextech souls up, and Galio's running top lane, and no TP or ultimate to get there, so back to base, and we see him resetting. But it's just the point, you gotta fight again, and now you don't have any ult.
Yeah, I mean, who has ult right now? Lucian's got it, Dolo's got it. Nazgos almost has it right back up. Golden Bob is going to be, probably by the time this fight starts, should have it, but You don't have it on Galio, and that's a really important ultimate to have in these team fights because it's kind of what you're banking on to keep you alive. But now that everybody on the side of Jolly Rogers is having that backup, you're just waiting on Aster to get that Enchanted Crystal Arrow to look for a pick right now, I think, and just gonna end up probably throwing that out as soon as possible. There it is, and it's just gonna go wide.
Yeah, but you don't really have to do anything. You have your mid lane pushing. There's supers about to crash into the enemy next. You have that going for you, and
Yep.
someone's gonna have to reset and match it. Looks like it's this Renekton. Does have teleport to join this fight, but Dragon has started. See if it's going to be a 50-50 or a fight breaks out.
I don't see really either of those happening. Yeah, that is just gonna go right over to the side of Jolly Rogers, and now PAS on the run. They don't have their Crocodile to help them. Pyro takes a really big, really big spear there as Kills falls to the ultimate. That's going to be Wooly Bully falling shortly after. Fifi unable to even really get into this fight at all. And I mean, realistically, it's not over just yet because there's no minions, but you gotta imagine it's pretty close here.
Yeah,
Chance
there
Chris
was
Laird's
that
gonna land on a
one
Fifi.
minion there to get that shock. That power bonus is down. Are going to
They
get this
killed
kill off
Nidalee.
Golden.
Golden Bob gonna end up falling there. 30-17 now. That's gonna be game number 3. That's gonna be a clean sweep for Jolly Rogers. Phantastic Academy. You better start believing in ghost stories, because you're in one. That's gonna be championship going over to Jolly Rogers Black Pearl on a very convincing 3-0.
Yeah, pretty incredible. It was just incredibly dominant. None of those series were close. We finished every game before 30 minutes. I mean, the other two games were both 5, I'm pretty sure. That was crazy.
That's a very outstanding showing from Jolly Rogers there. I'm not going to take anything away from Phantastic Academy here. It's just genuinely, it's just outplayed. Obviously, I think personally there were some things that could have changed on the side of the draft for them. I think they started banking too much into top. They didn't really, I guess, find a way to get themselves comfortable in the game. They kept going for these like, oh, let's just look for 5-on-5 team fights with our comps, and it just didn't work out. And Jolly Rogers took full advantage of that and just showed that they were just the better team overall.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some interviews in, I'm pretty sure, with some of these Jolly. You guys just want to stick around for just a couple of minutes here? We'll hear from our winners.
Throw it to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Jolly Rogers and whoever wants to show up from there. All right, everybody, welcome back. Post-game interview here. We've got mid laner from Jolly Rogers. Hake, welcome to the winner's circle here. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Thank you, thank you. It feels really good. I feel like that our team just played super well, and I'm very happy with how our team just coordinated.
I would hard agree on that. You guys played just extraordinarily well with a couple of very out there champions. So I guess my first question there for you guys would be where did the that Elise come from, honestly?
Yeah. I mean, we were thinking, what could be a very fun champion, but something that can just deal damage and dive. And we're like, we don't really want to go for a wombo combo or team fight. So we're
Mhm.
like, you know what? Why don't we go for like a pick dive comp? And we just decided get the Tryndamere, get the Elise, get a safe bot lane, and that was our goal. Just kind of take over the game early on.
Yeah, it worked very well. You guys, I mean, you definitely seem to have extraordinarily good synergy with
Yeah.
Hardstuck there.
hmm
Especially like the jungle mid synergy is, I think, an extremely important thing to have, and you guys absolutely just laid it on them. Just very well done there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just kind of had like a couple of personal questions. So, Gold League, kind of, you guys had a dominant win in this. Are you guys thinking of trying to move up and play in one of the other leagues like Platinum, or
Oh
what's the
yeah,
idea?
most definitely. I believe. I mean, once again, right now I'm on, uh, obviously Jolly Rogers. We have multiple teams, but I was, I'm, I'm thinking that Black Pearl is probably, it started off as a later team, but and it had like a rough start. But I think that this team could possibly be the best team that we have, and it could probably just run through Plat League. So I don't know. I think with a little bit of work, I think our team's just gonna do very well. But the goal is Plat. Yeah.
Awesome. Be exciting to see you up there next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully.
Did you have any like team or anything throughout like the season that you guys really felt like were really, strongest? Was Star Academy, you think, the best team that you played going towards the finals, or was it when you guys lost back in, I don't know what week that was, week
Week
five?
Yeah.
five. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably say week 5, the one that we lost.
Yeah.
Those guys were probably the hardest. We had a little bit of a technical issue, but I feel like that the way that they played was pretty good. I also think that the way that Phantasm played was also pretty good. I just think that, I don't know. I think that our team just had a lot more synergy. And I think that's what it kind of boiled down to. I think they just kept on getting caught out, and we were just able to exploit that. But yeah, I would say our hardest week was definitely week 5. But yeah, I don't know. I think once our team just gets synergy, I think each player is just so independently good that if you're able to, tie that in together with each other, then I think it's very hard to just stop the team.
Hmm.
Now, in that last game, we saw the lane swap or role swap, I guess, with Fifi
Right.
going mid to top and kills going top to mid. What were your thoughts on that? Did you see that as kind of like a desperation play? Did you actually, struggle a little bit more into Fifi? Because, I mean, we saw you get a pretty good 3-0 lead right away. We saw that, early solo kill as well.
Mm.
How did you feel about that swap there?
Um, didn't make a whole lot of sense in my opinion. What I don't know. It just felt a little bit weird. Felt a little bit of like a desperation. Um, I think going Fifi like Renekton versus Lucian
Mhm.
would have been a better chance than Lucian versus Galio and Renekton versus Irelia. I don't know. I just think that it was kind of a desperation. I think Fifi should have done Renekton mid, and I don't think they should have swapped kill to mid lane. I think Kill was okay, but I just think once again I just had too much prio. Even though I died a couple of times, it was like I was just getting CS leads and running the whole map, so I
Yeah,
didn't see it.
yeah, definitely a dominant performance. I mean, throughout the whole split, realistically, you go back and look. I think there's only 2 games where you have a negative win rate or a negative kill death rate, I should say. So just the entire split, especially this season, just looked insane for you. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Storm, what else you got? Anything to follow up on to close this out?
Yeah, I just there's always like some of those fun questions, and I'm sure we'll try and grab someone else after this from your team. But were there any like picks guys were really wanting to bust out this season that you didn't get to do, or was it kind of the finals you're showing of these kind of more niche champions?
Yeah, finals we definitely went a little bit more on the fun side, I would say, especially during the third draft. We were picking a lot of interesting champions where we were more of, hey, what do you guys think would be a fun game? Because, we were up 2-0. If we lost, what's the harm? And to be honest, I didn't think we were going to lose. So I hadn't really played a whole lot of Lucian, but it's like into Galio, once again, I think that's too dominant of a matchup to give up.
Yeah,
Hardstuck's Nidalee, obviously it's his main champion. But overall, I think we were egoing a tiny bit. But overall, I think we got to do a wide variety of champions. So I was pretty happy with it.
all right. Of course, kind of the always question. You have any shout outs to anybody that you really want to talk to, or
Um,
coach,
yeah, I
anything
mean,
like that?
shout out to all of our coaches. Curry, we got Rex, we got Bobby, Zeno. We got too many. Um, but and then shout out to just our whole team. I mean, I think once again, I don't know. I want to continue working with these guys because I just think that the way that we all play together is just incredible. So shout out to everyone from my team.
All right, Fury, you have any other questions? Anything fun, random you want to ask Cake while we have them here?
How'd the TF mid go? Where'd that come from? Where did are you pulling TF out from season 6 going right now? What is that?
No, I've been playing some TF. I went on a little bit of a streak because my coaches wanted me to learn some more roaming champions
Okay,
because I
yeah,
was not helping my team out enough.
gotcha.
So they decided to stick me on TF, and it was going pretty good. I think, yeah, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. Took a couple games to learn the champion,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, it's always just a good pick. I don't have to hard carry, and I can just facilitate, which I'm always
Yeah.
fine with.
Farm up, and then whenever somebody runs
Yeah,
at you, hit them with a gold card, and
hit him
that's
with the
it. Just
gold
walk
card.
away. Not have to worry about a gank ever again. Who's
Yeah,
Scar?
exactly. That was the goal.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's all I got here. If you got anybody else on the team that wants to come in,
Yeah,
send them our way.
I could go ask him.
Yeah, for sure.
And see if they
Okay.
got, and then we'll get them in here and do a quick little interview as well. We can do multiple people as well. If like multiple people want to come in, we can bring them all in.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna try to charm them into doing that. Um,
Yeah,
okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
no
man. Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you, Cake.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too. All right, so that was Cake. You heard it from the mid laner himself. How are they doing? Are they doing like full on MVP voting, or do you know anything about that yourself, Storm?
I believe it's casters deciding on it is generally,
Huh?
and staff is how BOL has traditionally done it in the past. That we'll have to kind of look through and figure out who we really think was kind of the stat and the lead on it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I said it before. I said it earlier. I said it before the season, well, the series even started a few hours ago. That genuinely, I think Cake is my personal MVP.
Yeah.
Just going off of the showings that he's done, just consistent in every game. And you look back at like the original games that Jolly Rogers had before Cake was in it, weren't looking spectacular. They're still winning, just not great. And Cake comes in, and then suddenly everything's flipped on its head. What would you think? You agree? Or you got someone else in mind?
I think definitely they played really well. It's hard to say just with like how badly they got trounced, but like, um, yeah, I mean, Cake really showed off and kind of showed up. Um, Phantom Academy. Um, I'm trying to remember who was playing Smolder that series that we saw recently. Was
I think it
just
was Fifi, right?
was that Fifi as well
I believe
doing
it
that?
was Fifi playing it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna drag in Dolo and I believe Astrid. They've got the same like crazy little symbols.
Yeah.
Who we got? Dolo and Astrid.
It is
Yeah,
indeed.
get Ghost in here too.
Yeah,
Welcome.
go see it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Whoop,
We'll
what
get
else
all
we
of
got?
them in.
We got Nas.
Yeah.
Big Nas. All right. Oh, and Nas
Oh.
is gone. Nas said bye. All right. So, Dolo and Astrid, how you guys feeling after that game? Any thoughts? Anything on your mind?
I mean, I'm just really happy that we got to win and that we had to give a good showing. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a absolutely great show. Probably, realistically, one of the best showings you could have asked for. Just a
Yeah.
very nice, clean sweep of finals. Like, you go through this, you would never think this was a finals game. From the way it was played, it was very one-sided throughout. Did you guys expect it to be this one-sided? Did you think there maybe be a little more competition, or from past experiences and any scouting, did you guys kind of think that this is how it was going to go?
I kind of waited till game one to see how it was gonna go.
Mhm.
We played through topside a lot, and we're like, well, fuck it, we'll just play utility bot lane.
I mean, it definitely worked. Top lane was, I don't want to say one of the harder lanes to watch, just because we saw a lot of what we thought was going to be, okay, this was a counter, this should be a decent showing from kills, and it just ended up being the Nas show, essentially,
Yeah,
the
Ghost,
entire time.
he's crazy. He's crazy.
Nope, he came back into the meeting room. Let's see if we can bring him down in here. Speak of the devil, Nas, how
He's
you feeling?
back.
You Ghost?
Huh?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Ah, there we
Alright,
go.
perfect.
All right, Nas, we were just talking about you. How did top lane feel for you?
It felt good. Everything went like more or less exactly what I wanted to. I did not expect Fifi. Like I should have expected Fifi to play the Renekton in top lane.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I was expecting that to be kills, but I think everything went about as good as I could have asked for.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got to see the hard carries top lane, the Tryndamere, Aurelia, things that you don't typically see, and then Dolo bot lane. You got to play the brand. You got to play some, like you said, utility picks, that Seraphine as well. Now, what was the mindset behind going the Ashe support with the brand rather than just anything else on the support, I guess?
Our coach pretty much said, play what you want.
Oh, okay.
And
It's
that's
just you
kind of what
guys.
happened.
It was just you guys are up 2-0. Just play whatever you want.
I just wanted to
Okay.
really play Ash support, so I was like, we're up to
Gotcha.
also in the other talk, it was said that the other person was the best support in the league. So
You just had to show up. Okay.
exactly, yeah.
I see it. I
Yeah.
see it. I feel you. Storm, what you got?
Also,
Go ahead.
Heartstuck doesn't know what bot lane is, so I kind of had to play 1v2 all game. Because Astrid roams pretty well, so I just play 1v2. So I had to play something I can actually just play safe on.
You did get that
Pernalise.
Seraphine 1v2 kill
Right.
early on, too, which was very nice to watch.
Thank you.
So my just kind of question is like, overall team synergy, you guys obviously have it. Is there anything you guys do outside of League, or is it just a lot of like scrimming and VOD reviews together? Or is there a Fall Guys night in the Jolly Roger server? What do you guys do?
They do in houses and stuff. I don't really play it, but we scrim every once in a while, maybe like once every 2 months.
Really?
So it's just natural. You guys just click together. You guys know what you're talking about and who's thinking what and who's going where.
Pretty much. I think scrims were kind of trash, but then like we kind of play up to where we need to when it comes to game days. I don't know how it works, but it does.
Just perform
Nice.
better under pressure.
Yeah.
Um,
The games would be a lot cleaner, honestly, if Cake would stop KSing me. That's pretty much the biggest problem in our game.
Cake's got to pad those stats, man.
He kept KSing me. I don't know what was his problem. I don't know what the problem was, man. But I tried calling it out. He just wouldn't listen to me.
At least it wasn't Astrid stealing them all.
I mean, I was playing, bro. I was playing, bro.
Tries.
I do actually flash for kills. I think I did that twice in game 2 and 3.
do you guys have any like really good advice that like have personally like touched you that you've been given from one of your coaches for this split, or has it just been kind of generic stuff?
I think it's possibly generic stuff they have told us and like try to help us like lead
Yeah.
our team in what we want to do, how we want to play the game. Like kind of always be in our back and be like, hey, this is what our team wants to do. This is how our team works effectively. Just put resources and put your effort into what you need to do to make the machine work the way it's supposed to be. And we have had a lot of success doing that, which is why we've been looking so dominant. We're looking so good, regardless of our like lack of practice sometimes. It's just like we have a really like supportive coaching staff, and we get insights from a lot of different people, a lot of different insights, a lot of different opinions. But overall, they have all helped us like kind of like see what we need to do, when we need to do it, and just execute that properly. And that's what's being kind of transpiring into the actual game. And I feel that's how we've been able to like look so dominant and look so well together, even though we don't necessarily have that amount of practice that most other people might have.
Okay.
That's
Anything
really
to
what I'm
add?
looking for as well as a coach too. Like I'm a coach myself, and the one thing that's like I just try to drill in, it's like I can only tell you guys so much when we're not in the game, right? I can only ask you guys to do this in game, and it's on you to execute it. So being able to see you guys go into the game and just execute exactly what you have to is just really refreshing to see, especially in gold elo, which obviously I think you guys can easily take it up to plat. But it's really fun to see a team pick a team and then actually just execute on what exactly that team's supposed to do and do it very efficiently. Well, that's all I've got. Storm, you got anything else for him?
Yeah, just kind of a fun question to end us out on. Everybody always has their character in League that they absolutely love to play and they're absolute garbage at. For myself, it's Kindred. I'm a tank top lane player, and marks make me int all the time when I play them. Do you guys have that champion that you really love to play in solo queue and screw around with?
No, that
wanna
sounds too troll for me. Like, the champions I enjoy are the champions that I play. Like my two favorite, like coming into this, I talked to Rex quite a bit, and coming into this, like at the beginning of the year or earlier this year, I was too low level to play, and Rex was like always like, "I need you to play more. I need you to play more." And I'm like, Rex, I got stuff to do, man. He's like, I don't care what you have to do, Nas. I need you to play more. So like I play like the champions that I play, like those are the champions I like to play. Like I don't do the troll kind of stuff where I'm like, hey, Rumble looks kind of fun. I haven't played him in 6 years. I'm gonna like first pick him in a ranked game. Like that's not me.
Rumble is fun though.
Rumble
And he's
is very
really good
fun.
if you could pop off.
You guys
What
didn't
of
get
it?
to see the fucking troll ass Singe though.
Oh no.
That's Nas's like deep pocket pick, right? If everything else is banned, if you got 10 bans against him, he's going Singed.
What about you, Astrid? Is it just the Ashe support?
I like playing ADC support sometimes. It's not like a troll thing. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
I think it's a fun thing to do. Like it's like gives you a different perspective on the whole like poke lane since ADCs don't really play the same way as like an enchanter would. So it's really fun to sometimes pick those little niche picks that people don't expect and just kind of have fun with it sometimes. Me and Dolo were practicing for a bit the Bagar 6 ball lane for
Oh
a
yeah.
little bit. It was really fun. We never got to actually play it, other than I seen one scrim when we actually did play it. But like, it was something fun and different because like I think it kind of refreshes a little bit on how you see the game, or like how you're like interacting with the game, or like what you're trying to do, how it like switches between like picks, how they can differentiate certain things. Like if you're playing like a tank or like an engage support or like an enchanter or like just an ADC or like a mage kind of style. Like it's really fun to do stuff like that. I wouldn't say it's necessarily troll, although sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it to. But
Yeah.
it's always fun to like kind of have like some niche pick or something fun you like to play, just kind of like outside of what the norm is or like what the meta is.
Yeah, for sure. Alright. Well,
I want to be
you
good on
guys
Samira,
have,
but I can't. I can't.
Samira.
I
Oh
can't
my
do
god.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have anything that you want to say before we head out? Any shout outs to anybody before we close this out?
Just Rex drafting for us. Killed it.
Shout out to drafts. Love it.
Shout out to the draft, shout out to all the coaches, everybody who's like being part of the experience is being really great. Shout out to Fritz. Sadly, he passed away before he could make it this far with us. But like, I don't know. Since the beginning of the season, I said I was gonna play this season for him, and I was gonna improve and do the best I could. And like, I'm so happy that we got to like build this bond together as a team, and that we got to win. So that's all I have to say.
Shit. I mean, that's a good way to end it off on, huh? Fucking 3-0. Got it done for him. That's all you can ask for. Walk away with the trophy. Go with your heads held high for sure on a very deserved win. Really great split. Congratulations, everybody. This was your finals winners, Jolly Rogers Black Pearl. Thank you all so much for joining us this split. We'll see you next time. For myself, for Storm, for Braku, thank you all for joining us. Have a great night.